Man, look, y'all, it's so good to be in the building tonight. As the fire's burning in the back, and I just want to talk for a second, quick second. Welcome to Talk That Talk Tuesday, Black Men Unfiltered Network. It is so good to be here. Good to see everybody that's coming in the chat. I know everybody's going to be coming in a little bit later, but we're going to have a great show tonight. We're going to have a really, really, really good show tonight. I have a feeling about that because we're talking about why her body count matters. We're going to hear from Ryan Taraban. If you never heard of him, you'll hear about him tonight. Because he's gonna bring it. He's gonna bring it like I bring it. But I will say, I had a conversation with my sister-in-law. Shout out to my sister. Shout out to Mother and old Tony of in Houston, Texas. Let me give them some love because it's we had a really, really great conversation. We really did, and I just want to give them some love tonight. Yeah, if you're in the chat, man, let me know y'all watching. Let me know y'all watching. However, we were talking about responsibility and accountability amongst our women, and I told my sister that women need to our women need to be held accountable. I think there's an accountability thing. I think that we have women who are holding women accountable. We have Take Heed, Security Boss, Tough Topics. We have a lot of women in this space who are, you know, that are keeping women accountable. Lost in translation. I'll send it to you. I think, didn't I? Yeah. Look in your IM. But you know, a lot of women are not accountable, and the ones that need to be held accountable, women don't hold them. Let me give you an example. So before we move on, there are women out here that would tell a woman, "Girl, you so cute. Girl, you so sexy," and the girl look like a booger wolf from the south side of Mississippi. We need to start being honest. If let me tell you something, I'm a big guy. If I put on a medium shirt and I walked up to Reckless Ray gonna say, "What the fuck is going on?" He's gonna ask me, "Black man, what the fuck you got going on tonight? Why do you have on a medium shirt when you know you're a big guy? Why?" He's gonna ask me why. He's gonna hold me accountable. However, there is no accountability amongst women. Women are not going to tell other women, "Hey, girl, you had 3 kids by 3 different dudes. Them titties sagging. You need to cover them up. Your titties are looking like melted ice cream." Nobody's saying that. Everybody's just, "Girl, you fine, girl. You killing them. You slaying." You're not slaying. You're dying. Ain't nobody finna talk to you. Security Boss said the other day, and I shared it. She said, "If you got 3 kids and you're not married, and you got 3, and they got 3 different baby daddies, you are not a prize. Stop it." Right? So Trey, I'll send it to you too, brother. However, I want to go ahead and get the show started. Let me get over here in this chat. We got Take Heed to the Message in the building. Y'all already know she here, and she's on fire. Head double side laba. She's on fire in this thing today. She got her gun ready, and she is on fire. I can't wait to get her up here. So she's ready to go. She's locked and loaded. So thank you for being here. We got Dr. Nkumbe in the building tonight. Check him out on Thursdays, Black Men Unfiltered Network, where he gets in your mind and takes his time. So thank you so much, Dr. Nkumbe, for being here. Let's see who else we got over here. We got Almond Eye 78 in the building. Thank you for being here tonight. We got Lady Navoa. Come on. One of the best moderators this side of heaven. We got Red in the building. What's going on, Red? How are you, honey? We got Lost in Translation in the building, which he should be up here in a minute, guys. All right. We got Take Heed to the Mail. I already said that. Let's see here. We got Trey F in the building. What's going on, Trey? What's going on, my brother? All right. We got OX Herms in the building tonight. Let's see who else we got in here that I didn't say. All right. That's it for now. The numbers are rising. So as you come in, make sure you put your name in the chat, put a comment in the chat, and I'll definitely send you a shout out. All right. All right. So let me go ahead and get this cast of beautiful, intellectual people up in this thing because you only get the best to have these type of conversations. You don't go get the Rudy Poo. You don't go to Walmart and buy great value oil, vegetable oil. You get the Crisco. And so tonight I went and got the Crisco. All right. We got the 2 ladies in the building tonight. I'm gonna go ahead and bring them up. First, I want to bring up now y'all know her as Anissa. We know her as the future bride of Trey. Trey should be up here in a minute. Let's go ahead and get Anissa up here. Anissa, how you doing, sugar? Oh, she dressed up real nice. Look, she got her makeup on. She's smiling hard. When I say Trey name, her cheeks go all the way back and touch the bone. So I just want to say good night, good evening, and good day to you. Yeah, how are you? I'll ask you how you doing in a minute. Let me get everybody up here. But it's good to see you, Miss Trey. It's good to see you. All right. Next, I want to bring up somebody that, why, as a host, would I bring up Anissa and not bring up her better half? Trey is in the building tonight. Thank you so much, Trey, for being here. I like to let that breathe. So that's what I'm talking about. Show the love. All right. So we got the couple here tonight. Anissa and Trey is in the building. Trey, do you want to say how I'll get to that in a second. Ladies and gentlemen, we got the queen in the building tonight. If you have not seen this woman sit on the throne and rule the land, you ain't no woman or a good man. Let's go ahead and get her up here. Take heed to the messages in the building tonight. Yeah, boy. All right. Listen, we got a man here who has been stripping for 40 years and finally retired. All right. He has his own opening for this show. And I definitely like to play it because without me playing it, you won't know who he is. He's famous for this line right here.
The toughest things any man has ever done is turn down a nice piece of willing, steaming ass piece of pussy.
All right. We got R. Payne in the building tonight. Yeah, it's good to see you, my guy. Good to see you. All right. Last but not least at all for right now, he's reckless. He's Ray. He's not Robert. He's De Niro. All right. Here we go. Reckless Ray is in the building tonight.
What is good?
What's going on, man? I see the sun shining in your corner. All right.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. So before we get started, I want to check everybody's temperature. Trey and Anissa's last because they're so in love they can't even speak. But take heed to the message. We'll start with you. Take heed. How are you tonight, honey? And how's the family, the king, the children, everything going on over there?
Everybody is fine. The king is upstairs relaxing. Just got finished eating. And he got his rub down, so he's good.
I know that's right. Order up also. Yeah. R. Payne, you gotta R. Payne has a book out. And I read it. It's called Strippers of the Past, and it's a picture of R. Payne on it when he was probably 23. He has his leg wrapped around the pole. We have a picture next week. But
please don't. Honey, the rub down.
So R. Payne, how's your baby doing? How's your wife doing over there?
You hear me asking for the rub down? Hey,
I know that's right.
I'm jealous.
All right. So thank you, R. Payne, for being here, man. And let's see. Reckless, how are you doing? And then we'll get to the couple up top.
Man, I'm better than I deserve. Better than I deserve. Ready to have this conversation. I prepared for cancellation after I looked up the topic. I slept an extra 5 minutes. I made sure to have plenty of additional water here to keep my throat clear because we going in tonight.
I know that's right, brother. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. So much.
R. Payne got a whole jug.
R. Payne say, look, he had that jug since 1973 after he stripped. You know, if y'all don't understand, R. Payne did personal dances. So he said he stripped for Whoopi Goldberg, Princess Diana, so on and so forth. So I just want to make sure we recognize him for all the work that he put in. Now, last but not least, I want to get to the couple of the evening. Brother Trey and Brother Anissa. I'm sorry, Sister Anissa, I apologize. How are you guys? You guys are glowing. And so we'll start with the lady first. Anissa, how are you doing tonight, baby?
I am wonderful and excited to be here. Yeah,
I know
good.
that's right.
Yeah.
Look to your left, look to your right. Tell me what you see tonight.
I see the black man on my left and I see Trey on my right.
I'm married, so you know who you looking at. Trey, how are you doing tonight? And you look like you just got relieved of something. So he did a rub down for her man, and it looked like you got rubbed in or down about something. And Anissa got her hands all crooked like she been rubbing on something. So how are you doing tonight, Trey?
You know what I find funny?
What is it?
You're really trying to make this into something. No matter how much, there's nothing there. There's nothing there. But you guys are working really hard to try to make this. It's not,
there's something.
Not happening.
There's something. Oh, there's something.
No, there's not. There's
Hey, Trey, at least you're getting a real woman out of the deal, goddammit.
You know, somebody put in the
poll.
Somebody put in the chat.
You getting a what?
Alexa,
I got this trip.
Somebody put in the chat. Somebody put in the chat. Play "Private Dancer" by Tina Turner for Our Pain. So sing a little bit of it, Our Pain. Don't you cough on me right now. Private Dancer for money. Dancer for money. Do all the things you want me to do. That's Our Pain. So it's good to have a
benchmarks are dollar bills. It don't matter.
Yes. So I just want to thank you guys for being here. Trey and Anissa, you guys look beautiful tonight together. Take heed. Thank you for being here. The woman who wears her natural hair and wears authentic head wraps and just a beautiful soul, just a beautiful woman for her king and her children. Just it is what it is. Reckless Ray don't give a damn what he say, but you gonna learn today. And then Our Pain, twisting around the pole and throwing that thing. So we got everybody in the building tonight. I appreciate it. I got a video I want to start out with, and I think we're going to discuss this for a little bit, because we're talking about body count tonight. And so let me play this video about this young lady, and then we'll discuss it, and we'll get to the bigger video later on. Here we go.
I do believe that female body count is really important to men. And I think if I were a guy, I would care about it as well. Here's why. I think that it's a sign of disrespect to yourself to not treat sex as something that has value. And I think that guys still value purity in women. I don't think they have to be virgins, but I think they value women who have been hesitant to put their bodies out there with everyone. In other words, they don't bed hop. Maybe they had a couple of partners, a few partners, but it was people that they really cared about. It was committed relationships. There was monogamy involved. It was a sign of self-respect that those women had because they weren't willing to just sleep with anyone. I watch these videos of girls now, young women, early 20s, and you'll ask them, what's your body count? And they'll say, oh, I don't know, 10, 13, 15. That's gross to me as a female.
My. Well, hold on just a second, because there's somebody deaf in the back who's deaf in one ear and can't hear out the other one. We need to hear this minister again. Here we go.
I do believe that female body count is really important to men. And I think if I were a guy, I would care about it as well. Here's why. I think that it's a sign of disrespect to yourself to not treat sex as something that has value. And I think that guys still value purity in women. I don't think they have to be virgins, but I think they value women who have been hesitant to put their bodies out there with everyone. In other words, they don't bed hop. Maybe they had a couple of partners, a few partners, but it was people that they really cared about. It was committed relationships. There was monogamy involved. It was a sign of self-respect that those women had because they weren't willing to just sleep with anyone. I watch these videos of girls now, young women, early 20s, and you'll ask them, what's your body count? And they'll say, oh, I don't know, 10, 13, 15. That's gross to me as a female.
Well, we'll start. Well, I'm gonna say the best for last, and it's hard because it's got a lot of bestest up here. Reckless, you can't go into the very end.
Okay.
Reckless Ray, so stay still. Our Pain. I think he's getting his rub down right now.
Yes, sir. What's up?
Okay. What are your thoughts on what the young lady said?
You know, I used to watch her. Something happened to her. She used to be a frequent on YouTube. I think I agree with her. I mean, I've said the same thing, but that stuff falls on deaf ears coming from a man. So, like I said, it's good to hear women say the same thing. I always talk about women and virtue. You know, they don't have to be virgins, but somehow it's a woman's job to protect her virtue. It's not a man's job to do that, you know? And this whole notion that, well, you guys want sex. Well, that's our nature. We want sex, and we'll take it from you any way you give it. You know, so, and that's always been that way since the beginning of time. So I agree with her. So let me just land it there.
Absolutely. Anissa?
Well, I think she was spot on. I agree with her 100%. I think that it shows character, discretion, and I think that it's important that women maintain both of those. So you just can't give your body away. You can't sleep with everybody. And whether they say it or not, whether they're honest or not, men definitely judge you for that. So I think she was 100% correct.
Now, if you think, Anissa, I'm going to say something. I'm going to jump in here real quick.
Okay.
Now, if you think she's correct, then you must stop defending or being the lawyer or the attorney for Lori Harvey. 'Cause Lori Harvey is a hoe.
I think you are making a lot of assumptions there.
Oh, am I?
Yeah, I think so.
So Lori ain't no hoe like her mama.
I don't know that. I don't know what Lori does in her personal bedroom. I know that she's dating,
She a virgin?
but I don't know what she's doing behind closed doors. I don't think any of us do.
Is she a virgin?
Probably not. I think she was engaged really young, so probably not.
Mm-hmm.
I
So
don't
she's
think
not a
she's.
virgin.
I
And
definitely
she
don't
got
think that she's a virgin.
right. If she's not a virgin and she got some of that spiritual sausage from the guy that she had sex with, and then she moved on to the next guy, who is a high profile guy. Mike gonna stay with her. Come on, Michael B. Jordan gonna stay with her and not get no ass. Come on. The other guy who from Snowfall, Trey Songz gonna be with her. High profile guy, not getting no ass. P. Diddy, not got none of that ass. P. Diddy's son didn't get none of that ass. These high profile men gonna say, you know, all of a sudden, since it's Lori, we're gonna hold off. We ain't gonna touch her.
Well, I'll say this. Again, none of us know what goes on behind closed doors. Now, I do know that she categorically denied having a relationship with Diddy's son. I mean, that's just what she said. So, that's her take on that. But let me give you something maybe to think about, because again, none of us know what goes on behind closed doors. None of these men, although they do sign NDAs, no one has ever said anything negative about Lori Harvey. But perhaps, being that the relationships tend to last about a year, you don't really know if maybe in that year there's, for the majority of that time, there is no interaction. And then maybe after a certain period of time, they determine that the relationship is not going to work and then they go their separate ways. So, but I personally, this is just my personal opinion, I stand on it. I think Lori Harvey is doing exactly what a 25-year-old young girl is doing, and she's dating. She is she's single, she is childless, she is successful, and she's building, her own brand and enjoying her life. I think that she is dating. I think the problem is, I think with some women and some men, is that Lori Harvey tends to get the cream of the crop. And I think some people have a problem with that. Now, I think that every time there's a breakup or something of that, I don't think there needs to be an announcement. But I think that's something that's going on in Hollywood at this point. But I think that she's dating, and I think most 24, 25-year-olds, whether if they're going to be honest or not, are probably moving exactly like Lori Harvey. They're just not dating the type of guys that Lori Harvey gets the opportunity to date. So I think that's the difference.
So successful hosts.
That's my opinion.
Okay.
She's dating.
So long as you got no kids, it's okay to throw that pussy from the free throw line.
I don't know what she's doing with that.
Okay.
And neither do you.
Yeah, but based on your conversation, why does it make a difference if she was or not, though? I mean,
perception
is
reality.
Even if she was busting those guys down,
and this is my other opinion.
Would it matter?
It is your perception.
No, I'm asking you.
I didn't hear your question. I'm sorry. I was talking to BMU.
Based on your explanation, does it really matter whether she was sleeping with those guys or not? Based on your explanation.
As far as what?
I mean, what you just said about Lori Harvey doesn't matter whether she was sleeping with those guys or not. I'm asking you.
I'm not going to sit here and be in judgment of that because I don't know what goes on but in her relationship. But I will say, I don't think that people who are not in her social class and her tax bracket should be worried about what Lori Harvey is doing. Because trust, she is not concerned about what you all are thinking.
Well, I'm not asking you to pass judgment. I'm asking you, does it matter whether she's sleeping with those guys or not, those high-profile guys? Do you think it matters?
Does it matter for what? In
Does
what
it matter,
regard should it matter?
Does it matter that, based on you saying she's a 25-year-old childless woman and she dates high-profile men?
She's a 25-year-old woman that is dating.
Wait, you didn't let me finish. She's a 25-year-old woman dating high-profile men. Does it matter whether she sleeps with them or not?
I don't know exactly what you're getting at, to be honest.
That's a straightforward question. I don't know how else to say it. I mean,
I don't know what you want me to. I don't know. Does it matter for what? Does it matter for her future relationship? Does it matter for? I mean, what are you asking me? Does it matter?
How come it can't just be general? Doesn't matter. But that's a good one. Does it matter for her future relationships and how she's represented in her circle?
Wouldn't you say that the circle that
You're
she's
not
a
answering
social
the
class?
question.
I am, if you give me a moment.
Okay,
Do
I'm
you
sorry.
not
Go
think
ahead.
that the social class and the social circle she is in is different from what the average man would be in? Lori Harvey is never going to date an average guy. She's not
Forget
even
about the
interested
average
in an
guy.
average guy.
We
So
ain't
that
talking about the average guy.
what that type of guy thinks is going to be different from
I'm not
how
talking about the average guy.
there's a difference. There's a difference
But I'm not
between how
talking
those
about the
men
average
think.
guy. Listen, I'm not talking about the average guy. I'm talking
It
about her
makes a
circle.
difference compared to who you
No, but
date.
you can't change my question. I'm talking about her circle. The men in her circle, would it matter to them if she's sleeping with all those guys or not?
I think it depends on the man.
Okay, all right. Let's end it there. Let's move on.
It totally depends on the man. There are plenty of
You're
successful
absolutely
men
right.
that have
Doesn't
married
depend on the man.
hoes. You do know that, right? If that's what you
No,
want to
it
say.
depends on the man. That's a good answer.
Plenty of successful, wealthy men have married women that you guys would probably consider hoes.
Now,
They
now
do it
Anissa,
Yeah, and how successful
ask you
are
a
those
question?
marriages?
Can I ask a question just really quick? Anissa, you are a woman of faith. Is that correct?
Mhm, I am.
Okay. You do understand in the Bible that we read and are guided by, that it says in there, and Steve Harvey says he's a man of God too, but he's not reading. He claims God, but he doesn't work in him. So in the Bible, it says, fathers, do not prostitute your daughters to men. I can give you verse and chapter if you need it.
No, I don't need it. Do you think he's prostituting his daughter?
Let me
Or
okay, let me
is
ask you
she,
a question.
as an adult, is she in charge of her body?
No. Let me ask Take Heed a message. Take Heed the message a question. Take Heed.
Now you're saying Steve Harvey is in charge of her body.
I want to join everybody in this conversation.
Wait a minute. BMU, let's remember the devil himself claims God too.
Absolutely.
Just remember that, people.
So I want to ask you a question, good lady. Take Heed. Take Heed. What is the purpose of dating? What is the purpose of a man dating a woman?
Why do I gotta get in on this one? I just wanted to have a nice night and come up here. She up here by herself. This is not fair. This is not fair, Black Man.
I'm not picking
You're
on
supposed
that.
to get another female up here.
Hey, now, well, hold on.
Doesn't matter.
I got it. No, I just have a series of questions that I want to ask. And I want to ask you, take heed to the message. What is the purpose of a man dating a woman?
The purpose is to lead to marriage.
Right. In 2023, though, the son husbands, what is their purpose? What are they trying to do when they talk to a woman? Talk to me. Talk to me tonight.
They just trying to get some ass.
They're trying to get some ass, right? So if my daughter, let me use my daughter. If my daughter went out with one guy and his purpose is to get her ass. And then my daughter falls victim and give up that ass. And then that dude walks away and say, okay, I don't want to be with you no more. Then my daughter finds another guy she likes. And now she had a taste of some pecker. Now she's going to give the second guy pecker and the third guy pecker because the second guy may not work either. What does that mean about me as a father sending my daughter out? That means I'm prostituting my daughter because I'm not taking control over what's under my covering. Is that correct?
That is correct, but I'm going to share something with you.
Come on, talk to me tonight.
You know that is not Steve. We got to call a spade a spade. That's not his real daughter.
That's right.
And his daughters who are his actual blood don't move like that.
They do not. You're absolutely correct. They got a good mama.
Like
they got a good mama.
All his girls, his blood children, they're married, except that youngest one. So you got to understand that, and remember, she's coming from her mother understanding.
Who is big 304?
From her mother's understanding, and I know Anissa don't want to call a spade because she likes that lady, but it's okay. And yes, we are not in her tax bracket, but I'm going to share something with you. When you bring stuff to social media and people see it, they have a right to comment on it. That's why it's not good to bring.
And that's why I said I don't think every breakup needs to be publicized. But I think that I don't think Lori Harvey is different from most 25-year-olds outside of the fact that she is who she is. She does get to date the type of guys, and she is in a different social. She's dating like most 25-year-old girls are dating. I mean, let's just be honest about it. They're not sitting in they're dating, they're going out with more than one guy. I mean, Lori Harvey is not doing anything unusual.
Yes,
and it's like you guys want to take this scenario and make it. What were you doing at 25?
No. Listen,
or in your early 20s, you were dating, you had a child, and all of that. You were dating.
Listen.
I got married at 19. I was married at 19.
Listen, I'm not saying
that's
that
you.
I'm
that's
not
you, but most people don't get married at 19.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm not saying she's doing anything wrong, but the problem is that she doesn't know how to conceal it. There are women who are in her higher tax bracket, higher than her father, and they do nonsense and nobody knows. Let's bring up what's that young girl name? Taylor Swift or something like that. That girl, she does nonsense, but she is not in social media. Nobody knows about it.
Everybody knows about Taylor Swift. Where have you been?
No.
Yeah, that's because she got Kelsey. She got herself a real one and she happy. Leave her alone.
Even before him, everybody knew about Taylor Swift.
Do they talk about it though? As much as they talk
do.
about her?
If you
in
know
a positive
Taylor
light,
Swift,
though.
they do.
In a positive light.
He makes songs about him. Hey, that's
Hold on. Before you go, Trey. Hold on, Trey. Before you go,
a whole stadium called themselves Swifties.
Taylor Swift has been dogged throughout the media for years about being a hoe. She's been dogged about it.
I know. Take up for your woman, boy.
Yes.
Okay, but she has. You know what? It's okay.
Yeah, watch her move on. Okay. Hey, you know what though, Anissa? There's a movie on Hulu, and I was just looking at it. It's called The Artful Dodger. That's pretty good, man. I can't wait to see it. The Artful Dodger. You did a good job with that whole Taylor. You did a good job with that one.
So for the people that just came in, thank you guys for being here. Hit the like button, subscribe button, hit the share button. If this content is good, I'm gonna steal a line from Take Heed. Hit the subscribe button and the like button if you like this content. Share it. If you don't like it, keep scrolling. All right. So thank you so much for being here. I want to play the video one more time for the people that just arrived. Lost in Translation is here. He's suited and booted. We got JT from What We Know podcast in the building tonight. Thank you both for being here, my brothers in arms. And we'll be reading you guys comments as well. JT is going to be in on that. Letting you guys know what's going on in those comments and being in those comments with you guys, because we really appreciate you being here. Let me go ahead and play this one more time for you guys.
I do believe that female body count is really important to men. And I think if I were a guy, I would care about it as well. Here's why. I think that women who I think that it's a sign of disrespect to yourself to not treat sex as something that has value. And I think that guys still value purity in women. I don't think they have to be virgins, but I think they value women who have been hesitant to put their bodies out there with everyone. In other words, they don't bed hop. Maybe they had a couple of partners, a few partners, but it was people that they really cared about. It was committed relationships. There was monogamy involved. It was a sign of self-respect that those women had because they weren't willing to just sleep with anyone. I watch these videos of girls now, young women, early 20s, and you'll ask them, what's your body count? And they'll say, oh, I don't know, 10, 13, 15. That's gross to me as a female.
All right, Mr. Bennett is in the building tonight as well. So I want take heed. While you were still, we were stay on you for a while.
You got Alexa back here. Alexa.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, she working in the back for me.
Oh shit. All right, my bad.
I'm telling all people, JT, that.
But take heed. Yeah, that's our girl, man. Alexis, man, she is back in the poll. I appreciate her being here. She is so sweet. Thank you for being here, baby. Thank you.
All the way from Texas.
Oh yeah, Alexis from Texas. All right, so take heed. What are your thoughts about the video?
You know what? I'm gonna share something with you. Young people, sometimes they gotta hit the wall a couple of times to learn from their mistakes. They do. So what she's saying, I agree. She's right. She's right. It's you know what? And they don't see it now while they're young. They think they're having fun. It's only until they get a little older and some understanding. But sometimes they don't. They get older, they get worse. But it's only till you get some understanding that what you're doing is wrong. Just like you see how Lisa Ray has came to social media and she was crying to her sister about how she need a man to touch her, and how when she was younger, she was doing all this foolery when she was young, but now she's in her late 50s and she don't have nobody. And this happens because we don't know that our body is a temple. We too busy bed hopping that you don't understand it when you're young. So what she's saying is right. I agree with her wholeheartedly.
All right, thank you so much. Trey, what are your thoughts about the video, my brother?
Yeah, per usual, she's full of shit. She's always full of shit. Every time I've ever heard her, she's been full of shit. Here's one thing that I do agree with her on, though. I agree with her on the fact that we think that women are still pure sugar and spice and everything nice, and they're not. The fact of the matter is that majority of men are not getting their wives as virgins. You don't know how many people she slept with. And the fact that you would sit there and think that she would tell you the honest truth because it's in her best interest to tell you the honest truth, it's never in her best interest to tell you the honest truth about how many people she slept with. So she's not going to be honest with you. There are men right now who are married to women that they think have low body counts. They think have low body counts. You have no idea what type of woman she was in college. You have no idea what type of woman she was when she was joining that sorority. You have no idea what type of woman she was when she was getting that corporate job and getting promotions. You don't know nothing about her because all you know is what she told you. So this idea that, oh, men want women with low body, we don't know. And this idea that we're going to sit here and trust a woman to tell us the absolute truth when it is not in her best interest to do so is absolutely ridiculous to me. I don't trust a woman. I don't even ask a question about body count because it's a waste of damn time. It's a waste of time to even ask. Why am I even asking? You ain't going to tell me the truth. If you say 3, I'm not going to believe it's 3 anyway. You a grown woman. Why would I believe it's 3? If you say 10, I ain't going to believe it's 10 either. So it doesn't matter. All I have to do, all I can go off of is your actions, the way you carry yourself as a lady, as a woman. Are you classy, elegant, dignified? That's all I can go off of. How do you carry yourself when you're around other men? Maybe men of resources and men of means. Maybe men that you find attractive. How are you conducting yourself? That's all I can go off of. But I'm not going to sit here and try to have this conversation and try to figure out how many men she slept with. It's a waste of time and it's useless. And I don't believe women when they give the body count in the first place.
Now, Trey, let me add to what you just said. I agree with you on the last part where you don't know how many. Some women are very deceptive in that area. You are correct. Some, not all. There have been girls I went to high school with who have been fingered, turned upside down, hit from the back by 3 or 4 dudes, And then you have that one guy that marry him, and I would have family members call me from Louisiana and say, "Hey, you know, so and so getting married." I said, "Who marrying her?" They tell me who married. I say, "God," I say, "Ain't nobody gonna tell him." No, ain't none of our business. I mean, getting turned all the way up. I mean, I remember at a party. I'm gonna say her name. I could say her name, her nickname. They called her Sunny. I remember at a party, a little house party.
Sunny.
I walk past the damn. I'm in there. I'm going past the door. I said, "Damn, where Marcus ass at?" I go past the door. She in their legs wide as they can be, and dudes in there just taking their turns. Bam, 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 bam. And now this dude that come along. He's so sweet to her. She's so married. And at the wedding, guess what this simp said? He said, "I forgive you." She said, "For what?" He said, "For anything that you may do in the future. I love you, and I want to spend the rest of my life with you." I'm at the back like this. Bro, your girl has been, it's been more turns on that girl than a Samsung dryer.
Can I ask this question? Because this is where I get confused about this whole marriage thing. Is this thing about connection or not? Is that a part of it? Is it just an element of it? Or like, how does this work out? Because there are guys who, for whatever reason, are connecting with formerly promiscuous women. They find themselves having a connection with her for whatever reason. And who are we to judge their connection with that woman, regardless of her past? So is marriage not about a connection at all?
So Trey, let me ask you a question. Me and you, I consider you my little brother. I come to Washington. You say, "I'm going to introduce you to my fiance. I love her. Hey, black man, I love her. Oh, man, I can't wait to meet her." And I meet her. And I know I done dumped a couple of gallons of sperm in her about 5 years ago. And I know a couple of guys that done dumped some sperm in her. Do you want us to tell you before you get married?
What kind of question is that, bro?
I'm just asking.
Because it's a loaded question. She wasn't a virgin when I met her. She's already had loads of cum dumped in her.
But if
I don't understand the logic behind the question. She's not a virgin.
But if I hit her, like I'm trying to give you this without trying to give you the real story. The point I'm making, black man, is that we are liable to bump into any man she's had sex with.
Ooh. We're liable to bump into any guy in the DMV area that she's had sex with who could say the same thing that you just said. So that's why I'm asking, what part of connection comes into this marriage thing? Because if you ain't getting there fresh, if you're not going to the dealership and getting the car custom built, somebody gonna drive it.
I don't think body count is what really counts. Is what matters. I think it's the experience, the overload in experience. And a lot of times, just like you said, Trey, you won't know if you're going to ask a woman, how many people she slept with. That's a question that you really don't want the answer to, for real. However, it should be that we observe the type of women that we're with, because a lot of women get damaged when they have an abundance of sexual experience. One of the things is they end up having some illegitimate kids, right? That's proof right there. The other one is that they will tell you. They're going to tell you. You know why? Because when you have conversation, you're going to say, yeah, one of my boyfriends this guy used to date. And if you hear her say more than 10, 11 of them dudes, you're like, God damn, how many motherfuckers was you dating? Right? That's how it goes. It's not about
all of them.
It's not about how many guys she screwed. It's about the experience that comes, the residuals that's behind all of that shit. Illegitimate kids. Her goddamn soul is fucked up, because you know why you're gonna know that? Because anything that you do, she gonna blame your ass for all of her fucking mistakes. It's gonna go a little bit like this, Trey. I got fucked up before, and I ain't gonna let another nigga do me the same way. All you niggas is the same fucking way. Pissed off. You gonna understand exactly how much she done had dealings with and how many guys that she have dealings with because of her attitude.
Say it again. Go back, rewind a little bit. Go back to the point where she's going to say, and then I'm going to add what she's going to say 30 seconds after that. Go say it again. What's she going to say?
I've been fucked over too many times. I'm not gonna let another nigga fuck me over.
Mm-hmm.
You
Now,
niggas is on some bullshit.
Now, 30 seconds later, this is what she gonna say. Oh, daddy, you ain't gotta pull out. Leave it in. Beat that pussy up, daddy.
He ain't going nowhere. That's basically what black men are saying. All she is addicted to the drama. Y'all go through all the shit y'all go through. You get cars keyed up. You get clothes burnt up. You get a black eye, some shit like that. Somebody go to damn jail. Somebody bail them out, and y'all back to fucking together with a broken door and busted.
And let's not forget the show we did 2 weeks ago, where we pull up the article from the colleges who have done this research, who shows that these sperm living in these women's cells is living in them. It's in their DNA. So the more me and you, so from a biblical perspective, Anissa and everybody else who believes, I don't want to force nobody into believing nothing, but I'm just saying from what we believe from a biblical perspective, soul ties, they said, the Bible is fake, but now scientifically they found out that men do live in women. Women are walking around with a whole bunch of men floating around in their DNA. Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, Mr. Bennett, I keep going back to what Mr. Bennett said when his wife wanted to donate bone marrow and she could not do it because his DNA was a part of hers.
So then why are men still getting married then? If that is the case, and we're making this argument that DNA is living inside of women from other men that came before us, why are guys still going out and marrying women that have had sexual partners before him? The honest truth is because we don't give a damn as men. We don't care. That's the truth. Be honest. Let's just be honest.
Hey, you know what, black man, you want to go to the scriptures with that. Look, if Jesus could come through one of them, then anybody can. So I'm not hating on that. Her name was Rahab. Look her up.
Okay? Yeah, absolutely. I know who you're talking about.
I'm just saying. So again,
Jesus came through rehab.
We making this like a deal, like how many partners she has or whatever. But if she can be part of Jesus' descendancy, I don't have beef with anybody. So I'll leave that alone.
Yeah, you just won't know until you get, like I said, until you get that type of woman. Look at how many men being with women that disrespect them. 100. They get married after they see how much the woman is disrespectful to them. And a lot of times it does come from that where you saying that it doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. It does matter once they get, because you know what? It don't stay. It don't stay. She ends up ass when she finds something better. His ass is the one staying because he felt that was the best that he could do. And he wanted listen, it's a connection, and he wanted some constant Gucci. That's basically the both.
I think we're overthinking it. I think we're overthinking this whole thing, man. I mean, more than one thing could be correct. The men in the West have proven that we don't really give a shit about body count, because if the woman's not a virgin, we already said that we allow you to get stuck, right? Just don't have to tell me the horror stories. But marriage is down to only 35% though, and most of that's probably about money and the men being afraid of losing everything. But most men, they're marrying all kinds of hoes, man. We got to be honest about that shit. And the other thing is that the only thing I have a problem with what Trey said is that's my girl Bila, man. I don't see why she's a liar. She was telling the truth. We still would prefer a woman to have some virtue left, which is not getting it. So that means our price that we're paying for these women sometimes are a little too high. And that's why men should have more goddamn discernment and stick by their guns a little bit better. Because, hey, one hoe is just as good as another.
No, man,
discernment and sticking by your guns doesn't work.
We're fucking liars. That's why you would have a Trey or somebody that's going to be like, well, y'all say this and y'all say that. The majority of men are fucking liars. Let's be 100% honest. Like I said, normally it's if he's staying with that woman that's a hoe, he's staying because he can't do no better. He can't do no better. There has been a lot of dudes that have heard no more than they've heard yes. And once they get that yes,
that's the incel academy.
That yes, until the yes, kills them off.
Why do you do that? Why do you have to label? That's not Incel Academy, bruh. Why do you do that? Listen, bro. Everybody, all these men out here are not running around getting the amount of sex that people think that they're getting.
Right.
You have to understand something about female nature. Females want to fuck the top guys. They all do to some degree. Yep. They all do.
So Trey, would you agree?
That means naturally there is going to be a large group of men that ain't getting nothing.
Okay, so let me ask you a question, Trey. So would you agree with me then that men fuck who they can and women fuck who they want?
That's not an agreement. That's not an agreement with you, sir. Everybody agrees to that. I'm not agreeing with you.
I'm saying, would you agree with that statement?
Yes, I agree with that. I've always agreed with that statement per se on a larger scale. Yes. But the fact of the matter is that it's the same conversation when you say, well, give everybody $1 million. Then that means that a new $1 million is poor. Everybody got $1 million now is poor. That's what it means. Everybody ain't out here getting sex. You got to be a top guy. You have to have something to offer, or you have to find a woman on your level who's not chasing the top guys and who wants to be with you, and then maybe y'all can have sex. I say this all the time. Monogamy benefits men. It don't benefit women. It benefits men. Because if it wasn't for the monogamy and marriage, a lot of y'all motherfuckers wouldn't get no ass at all. Because you fat, overweight, and broke. So because you fat, overweight, and broke, you don't qualify to get women. So the fact that you was able to actually get a wife, that's what qualifies you to get sex. Because outside of that, you wasn't getting nothing. A lot of guys who are incels wind up getting married because that's the best they could do.
No,
exactly. I agree.
That is completely inaccurate, though. Marriage benefits women because historically, I'm just saying historically, because they're the ones who are vulnerable during pregnancy.
Bro,
this is just blatantly you just skip past every bit of evolution.
Stay on topic for once in your life. Stay on topic. We're talking about body count and sex.
Okay. So the reason body count matters to men is because which of us works harder to get sex? Who has to work to get sex? Men. Women give it away. It has no value because they don't work for sex. They just get it. That means that every single person that walks by, most of them, you're like, yeah, I'm letting them hit. Like, fuck it. That's why it matters. Now, for a dude to have a high body count, that means a bunch of chicks want to fuck you. This is not hard to understand. Ugly women get sex, bro.
If a lot of women want to have sex with you, it's because you're a what?
Because you're a top tier male.
You're a top tier guy. So it's meaning if you ain't on that level, you ain't getting nothing. So most men understand that with our logical brain. I better go get married because that's about as good as
but it depends on how you
act like it's. But wait a second, Trey. Wait a second. You act like it's super easy for a dude that's already fucking invisible to just go get a wife off of a fucking wife tree. That doesn't exist either.
The way these married
they gotta want you first, bro.
It's extremely easy to do.
It's truly not easy to do. It is truly not easy to do. Because listen, Trey. If you want to go get married, you're waiting until I get my turn, bruh.
Wait, hold on.
You still waiting? You still waiting? You still waiting for me to get done doing this chick however I'm doing her?
I agree. I agree. It's always just our turn.
So where are these wives that are just on the ground? If I'm still got a rotation, Trey, where are they at?
They are in line for the top tier guys.
That's what I'm saying. So these invisible men who apparently can just go pick a wife out of anywhere, if the top tier guys still have these bitches in rotation,
hold on.
Still think they got a shot.
That's the point I'm making, right? That's why monogamy benefits them. That's why it benefits them. If you can go get married, it benefits you because you wasn't going to be able to get nothing.
Y'all taking it too far, though, bro. Listen, you can actually agree with one another. This is what y'all not understanding. The dudes that's not really getting all that coochie, do you understand how he meets his wife or his girlfriend? Do y'all understand how they do it?
Front row at church after she's done caught all them babies?
It's referral based. Most of these guys, they meet these women referral based through a friend, through family, through whatever it is, through a job. It's referral based for most of these dudes. That's why they get that woman. And she ain't the top tier woman. She's just a regular ass woman. She's a woman that wants some damn. She want a husband. This is how they're meeting those women. Now, when you're talking about women that's out there that you date and you try to screw with all these other, those dudes ain't getting those top tier. Those very cute women. Those are the ones right now that are in that goddamn bullshit and that they're in that world that they're in. And it ain't a whole bunch of dudes that's screwing them, because it ain't a whole bunch of them dudes that's way up at the top like that. That's why you had a Diddy and his son screwing one chick. That happened to be another damn dude that's a celebrity's daughter. That has a mama that was screwing niggas that was out there in the streets and all that shit too. The thing is that most of this shit is referral based. This shit ain't cold call. Most dudes, they ain't got the skills to do a cold call. They don't.
Well, my question, JT, to that is, I agree with you at a certain echelon when you're dating to marry. Like, I get referrals, but that's different. Like, that's like, I don't see regular ass dudes going, oh yeah, like they're like, I met this bitch at Amazon, we worked the line together, we're screwing. Oh, relationship, if they're lucky.
Well, hold on. Before we keep going, let's stop elevating that women are fucking top tier dudes. They're fucking guys off the street. Yo, they're not just fucking top tier dudes now.
Oh, fuck with you. You've been married for 40 years. What are you talking about?
When's the last time you saw a single girl, R-Pain?
Come on, man. I mean, women are not just fucking top tier dudes. They're stroking all kinds of motherfuckers. What are you talking about?
R-Pain, you ain't saw nobody but your wife.
These hoes ain't loyal. You gotta.
You've had one slice of the pie for the last 40 decades.
You guys act like these girls are picking the pick of the litter, man. We got chicks, man. They're stroking all kinds of dreads in society.
They are the pick of the litter when you look at the type of dudes that they're picking from. They are the top. If you look, let me tell you what. All you have to do is go on. Do you know the number one dating site? The number one dating site is IG. Instagram. Instagram. This is that whole thing of sliding the DM. Guess who's getting these so-called, and I'm not saying that these are top tier. I'm saying according to what the community is saying.
You're missing my point.
These guys are. We 50 or 60 years old. I guarantee we saw this shit right here, bro. It's crazy how much we're out of the net when it comes to this.
No. Listen, you can't tell me amount of. You think that 500-pound fucking chick with 10 babies is on IG? Get out of here. Come on.
Yes, she is. Yes, she is. R-Pain talking about BBL, bro. You got to get your glasses checked, bro. They out there. Maybe you be seeing them skinnier because you've been out the game for a minute. But
look, man.
Shallow how, right?
Hey, look, man. Fat babies come from somewhere, man.
You think the top 10 guys, the Leonardo DiCaprio's going to the 500-pound bitch and fucking get out of here?
No. But R-Pain. Listen, you're talking about the top tier. The top tier dude doesn't have to, but you know what? Sometimes they probably do. Because listen, R-Pain, dudes are fucking disgusting. Okay, like have you look at someone's search history on Pornhub, and you'll figure out what they will do.
I mean, look at somebody like Arnold Schwarzenegger, right? Okay. Arnold Schwarzenegger, you see his baby mama? Y'all see her?
The maid was hideous, bro.
This is Arnold.
But hold on now. Arnold Arnold got up to get him a cup of milk, and she was laying there tooted up. And he just hit her. Listen.
Yeah. Listen, let me tell you, man, that steam coming off of that thing.
Toughest things any man has ever done is turn down a nice piece of willing, steaming ass piece of pussy.
Out of your own mouth.
It didn't matter what the maid looked like. It didn't matter what she looked like. You know what? It didn't matter. It didn't matter what she looked like. He was lonely in that house. It didn't matter what she looked like.
There you go.
And then I'm going to share something with you. I'll share something with you. She was doing everything his wife was not. And that was catering to him, serving him. So she gonna get the D because she was doing everything the wife was not.
Bend over.
Let me hit it from the back.
Get down.
Oh my God.
Remember, you're my number one
Please, we
customer.
can kill it. Please, we can kill it.
He was like, as soon as she hit her knees, he looked down at her and was like, "Who is your daddy and what does he do?"
What does he do?
Oh my God. Give me
I hit it from the back.
Yeah.
Get to that orgasm.
This is not laughing. Elizabeth does not think this is funny at all. Anissa, were you a maid at Arnold Schwarzenegger's house? Like, I wonder, you're the only one not laughing. Like, she's like not having it at all.
Oh my God.
Somebody got me.
Oh my God. Oh. So go ahead, take heat. What are your thoughts from a woman's perspective? What you hearing the guys say? And then we get a Nissa in here too, and then lost in translation, Mr. Bennett. Go ahead.
I just find it funny. And what Trace said about women telling their true body count, he's right. They won't tell. He's right. It takes for the husband to sit her down and make her talk. That's only how she will actually tell. Because we not really designed, and y'all know this already, we not designed to take accountability. We not designed to tell full truth. We not designed like that. So what he is saying is true. Women don't tell their whole body count. They don't tell all the things they have done unless the husband sit her down and they talk. And I mean, he just let her talk so that she could run her mouth, just like JT said. He sit her down and just let her talk. And all he got to do is count those numbers if he really want to know. And then the thing is if when he does find out the truth, can he take it? That's the thing. Because if you have a young woman and she's not governed by a king, there's not a strong male role model in her life, she's gonna be a problem. Because and only how I know this is because I didn't have a strong male role model in my life. I had a weekend daddy. I was a side chick baby. So I didn't have anybody govern over me. But my girls that are teens and one is heading off to college next year, they have a king that governs over them. So all my girls are teenagers, but there's no baby. They're virgins. You know what I'm saying? They you know what I'm saying? They're pure. And only how I know, because I keep that open door policy, talk to mama. Let me know what's going on. I'm not breathing down their necks and telling them you can't do this, you can't do that. Even though I believe in God, I tell my kids the nitty-gritty, the truth. So it's different. If she's governed over by a good father that loves her, she knows she can't bring anybody to come see daddy. Because our daughter who will go to college next year, there was a young man who liked her. And she told him, listen, my father is crazy. I can't bring you to my house. You know what I'm saying? I can't do that like that because my father will lose his mind. But what you can do, you can bring your parents and you come and let my parents meet your parents. And then we can move from there. And that's what happens. So it depends on how, you know what I'm saying? It depends on how it is, how it's governed, how the girl was governed under a good king. If she wasn't governed under a good king, this is a problem. So yeah, she gonna go and swing that pussy with everybody if she's not governed under a good king. That's just my take on it.
All right, Mr. Bennett. Anissa. I'm sorry, Anissa. What are your thoughts?
I mean, just going back to the video, I think that she made excellent points. I do agree with her. Again, I think it is an example of a person's character and discernment. But what Takei said, I'm the type of person you won't know anything if I don't tell you. So you can sit there and talk to me till the cows come home. If I don't want you to know, you ain't gonna never know what I don't want you to know. You cannot pry it out my mouth if I don't want you to know. So and just like, you know, and conversely, I feel the same way about men. I don't want somebody that's been out here slinging that D to everybody. You know, if you got a bunch of kids and a bunch of baby mamas, you are automatically not, you know, even in the running, because I look at that as character.
Whoa,
you know,
Question.
You know, I feel that that plays for both men and women, but we're talking about the women tonight. I'm sorry, did someone say something?
Does a lot of sex equate to having a bunch of kids?
No, I said if I encounter someone and he does have a lot of children with multiple women,
Yeah, but
I
we
see
talking
that
about sex.
I see that as a character issue.
We talking about sex.
But women are drawn to taking men. Like I mean, I understand you might be anecdotally the outlier, but like a lot of women who cheat, a lot of men who end up cheating, it's a woman that the chick already knew, or someone who's seen him interacting with that chick that knew that somebody, what do you got going on that this woman tolerates you? What are you doing to keep her happy?
The only thing I said was I personally am not attracted to a man that's just been out here. He's been a hoe all his life, and
so you're not attracted to wealthy men then?
Cap.
So you're not attracted to wealthy men then?
Cap. I'm calling Cap.
You're not attracted to wealthy men then?
All wealthy men are hoes. Some wealthy men have been married 30, 40 years.
Cap.
Every wealthy man is a hoe.
Yes.
I know wealthy men that have been married 30 or 40 years.
We ain't talking about married men. We're talking about men who are not married.
Hang on.
All men are not
You gotta stop
hoes.
this.
All men are hoes.
You gotta stop this.
All men are hoes. All women are hoes, we know.
Yes.
All men. Okay.
Yes.
Have you seen, man?
Wealthy men not only will have a bunch of sex, but if it ain't working like that and they ain't got it like that, they'll pay for it. There's a man right now who made a whole bunch of money on crypto. He done spent over almost $100,000 on a chick he ain't never touched. They will spend the money,
me, bro.
He has the girl's face tattooed on his leg. He bought her wedding ring, and he's never touched her. Yes, they hoes. If rich wealthy men will have sex as much as they possibly can, sometimes 2 and 3 at a time.
Tick, 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 tick. But I have a question for you. Let me have a question. You know what? I don't blame you for not wanting to tell a guy, but if a guy asks you about your body count, what do you think of him? Does he look less in your eyes if he's worried about that?
That's a good question. That's a great question.
You too, take heed. I mean, if a guy's worried about that, what do you think about him if he keeps hounding you about that?
It doesn't bother me. It wouldn't bother me.
It wouldn't bother me. It wouldn't bother me. But again, you're
Would
only
you
going
tell
to
him
get
the
the
truth?
answer I want to give you.
Yeah. I would tell you the truth.
You will only get the answer I want to give you. I don't care how long you
No.
spend
I
talking
think
to
this
me.
lie like you.
You know what? I'm cut from a different cloth. I don't have anything to lose by telling
Let
the
me point
truth.
something out. I asked, would you tell the truth? The married woman said yes. The non-married woman said, "You'll know what I want you to know."
Exactly.
This is the point I'm trying to make to you guys. This is the point I'm trying to make to you guys. When you're dealing with single women, it's on their terms when they start talking about sex. Unless she finds you valuable enough that she wants to be your wife, then yes, she may be transparent. Only if her past ain't really that bad. But if her past is controversial is the word I'll use. She's not telling you the truth. I'm telling you, I was standing in the wedding of a friend of mine. I was standing in the wedding of a friend of mine. He was in the room when we ran a train on his wife. He was there.
Oh Lord.
And he married her anyway.
Oh,
that's disgusting.
These dudes don't care. They don't care about body count, bro.
That man don't love himself. That man don't love himself.
Wait a minute. Say that one more time. What happened? Say it one more time.
When I was in my younger days in the military,
it's too late. Those
dorm rooms was like college dorm rooms. And for those of you guys been in the military, you know what I'm talking about.
Were you in New York?
The dorms was like college. There's a guy, I was in his wedding, and he was marrying a woman that me and a few other guys ran a train on. And he was there for the train. He was present. He didn't participate, but he was there for the train. He was there in the room. And he married that girl. So he knows for a fact she got at least 4 bodies.
Are they still married?
Yeah, they still married. They got 2 kids.
Yeah, so what he was saying though was they wasn't thinking about getting married. She was around. Was she a barracks rat?
Yes, sir.
She was a barracks rat. So then after the fact, he fell in love with her, and then he proposed and married her. This is doing
He saw that face glisten, JT. It caught his eye.
Damn. Take heed. What do you think about that?
It's a lot of that shit.
He was like, man, I really love honey buns.
You said you asked me what I think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Trey a hoe. Yeah, I didn't.
Oh Lord,
that's nasty. And did you go to the wedding, Trey?
I was in the wedding.
Oh
no! That I'm custom made. I can't help it. That I look good, smell good, can dance all night long. I can't help it.
I can't help it, Teggy. I can't help it.
Wow.
But here's the thing. This is the point I'm trying to make. This is the point I'm trying to make, Teggy. There are just men out there. They don't care. They just don't care. And that's why I asked the question to those of you who are married. Where does connection come in on this? Because if you ask him, he will tell you, listen, we kindred spirits. That's my soulmate. He'll say all that fluffy stuff. Even though I'm in my head like, some of the nasty, dirty stuff that we did to your wife before she was your wife, I can't believe you married her. But he will tell you that that's his one. That's what I'm asking. Where does connection? Because if connection matters, then a lot of men are going to be willing to forego her past.
We may need to rethink this whole thing. I'm telling you guys, I'm listening to this brother right here. Trey ugly as fuck, but I listen to this brother.
No, but you know what? I don't need to rethink it.
Can I ask a follow-up question to the ladies?
Oh, go ahead, bro.
I want to ask a follow-up question. So, as far as you said, so you're not offended by the conversation. Do you think there's a proper time when that conversation should take place? First date, second date, like what is there an appropriate time you think for that to take place, or is
Anybody can answer, or you want Alyssa?
I'm saying, well, the ladies, because the first question was addressed to you as far as if a man asks you your count, would you mind? And neither one of you said you really didn't mind. Well, you said you wouldn't mind, take heed, but Anissa was like, she's only going to tell what she's going to tell. But having said that, is there an appropriate time to have that conversation? Like, is that an appropriate subject for a first date or maybe a second date? Is that an appropriate time to bring up the topic before you get too invested? If for a guy, if you think that's going to be a problem, but would you be offended if a guy brought that up pretty early in the relationship or in the dating? I wouldn't call it a relationship because you may not still be in a relationship after 2 dates, but do you think there's an appropriate time for that subject to be broached?
What? I can only go by what happened to me with my husband. My deep questions, because my husband was vetting me from the door. And he was vetting me like right away, like as soon as we met, he was vetting me. So my questions were the first month of us dating. So mine was quick. I don't know about Anissa, but mine was quick. So I would say if you're vetting and you're looking at this woman and you deem her to be wife, you need to talk to her early. You need to find out. And if you don't want to find out, then never bring it up again. Don't say nothing to her about it. If somebody walk past her at a restaurant and say, "Hey, sugar girl, this and that and all this," don't say nothing because you didn't ask before. So, that's just my take on it. But
I mean, I think. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's just my take on it. But if you're looking and you deem her as wife, then all the big hitter questions should come in like the first 1 or 2 months. It should come in.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think the first or second date would be inappropriate, but I think once he determines, that he wants to be serious and he wants to, be with you and see where this goes, or like you say, he's really locked in, then those are conversations that need to be had. I just wanted to clarify something. I would not have a problem answering that question because I tend to be in very long relationships. So it's not like, I switch partners like every 6 months or so. I wouldn't have a problem answering it. I was just responding to what Trey was saying, and that he is correct that a woman, I think that's anybody. I think that's any human being will only tell you what they deem is, as some people say, as need to know basis. So
wrong. Some of us are just flat out honest all the time.
Some people are honest, but some people will tell you what you need to know, and some people might say it's none of your business. I think it's an individual thing.
So I can give you my experience. I can give you my experience from a man with my wife.
Hold on, Arpain, real quick. I just want to say, I want to call this out real quick, Arpain. You could cook, and we'll get lost in translation too. But Anissa and Trey, the way you guys are conversing tonight.
Yeah.
And the way you guys are on the same page. This is an example of what I'm talking about. When you're married, but not married, but on your way to being, it's just a togetherness.
I can feel it. I can feel the fire.
I can feel the fire.
You can feel the fire.
You feel the fire like Teddy Pendergrass feeling it right now?
No. I feel the fire. Later on tonight, Anissa gonna say, "Operator, get my baby on the line." All right. So back to you, Arpain. What are your thoughts?
Well, listen. I mean, I have, I guess all of us who are married might have had that kind of moment. I think my wife was gonna. She was my. I think she was. She wasn't my fiance just yet. When we were courting, she was gonna. I think she got it into her heart. She was gonna tell me some of her experiences. I just felt her.
Straight.
So I said, "Here it is. It's coming." And I stopped her. I said, "Listen, you know what? I don't need to know none of that shit." I said, "I don't need to know any of that." I said, I said, let me say, because I swear, this is why I knew her spirit, because she didn't have to say anything, but I knew it was coming. I said, "Hey, I don't need to know any of that stuff, right?" I said, "But if you learn some shit, I better get the benefits of that shit." That's it. And we never talked about it again. We never talked, because, man, my wife, when she was young, she was still living at home under curfew. I didn't get the feel from her that she moved in that kind of way. I seen how she acted around my friends. I seen how she acted around other men. She was getting, so to me, I just said, this chick is okay, but again, I wasn't requiring her to be a virgin.
Yeah, we got it. And then they invented color TVs. We got it.
What?
Wow. Yes. No, he was relating to the fact that you changed the oil on the Titanic before it left New York. Listen, so I want to get to the Arpain, I'm not gonna let them do you like this tonight. Okay, I'm not.
No, hell with Trey, man. He could say anything you want. And listen, all I'm just trying to say, it wasn't one of those because I was agreeing with him. It wasn't one of those overriding things that if my wife had any kind of dick before, I couldn't handle it.
What?
I just didn't need to know.
Somebody, whoa, Pete.
My
Get him to a seat. Get him to a seat. Somebody get Arpain a seat. Good God.
But the truth of the matter is, Arpain, you wouldn't have had a choice but to deal with it. The deed is done. What's done is done.
Yeah,
And
but
he
I
said,
wouldn't
You
have.
can't go
If
back
it
and
would have bothered, if it would have
re-virginize her.
bothered
It's
me, I wouldn't have
done.
got married. If it would have bothered me, I wouldn't have got married.
and you heard what he said. Arpain said he told her, whatever curve Dick running taught you, I want
Yeah.
to benefit from it.
Yeah, shit. If you know how to throw that shit down, man, don't be holding back on me, goddammit. I'm paying now.
Pay full price for that.
Yeah, shit. Hell yeah.
Oh my God.
He's honest.
Come on.
And I think a lot of guys need to be honest with that also. Would you rather have somebody who just has no experience whatsoever, or if she's got some things to offer? I think a lot of guys would take that up despite their rhetoric.
I don't know,
but
Mr. Dennis.
I don't think we really is bogging down with it when we talking about what the topic is, right? Does body count actually matter? The actual fact is that in certain ways it does matter, but it all depends on how the fuck old you are.
Damn.
Case in point, I got married at 22, and from what I knew, that my wife then, she only had like 2 or 3 men that she was sleeping with, right? And that shit kind of like bothered me because one of the dudes I did, see, because they were still friends. Problem was that we were never here in America, so I took her ass away anyway. But I've never dated a woman in my neighborhood. I've never dated a woman in my neighborhood. I've always dated women that live distance from me. So, but when we're talking about that whole thing of body count, it's not about asking her. Let's go back to it. It's about the things she picks up along the way. That's what the real thing is, because you got a lot of women that probably slept with a gang of dudes that probably been married for 30 fucking years. It all depends on where that was going from. But I mean, if you was in a neighborhood, you married a woman from the neighborhood, y'all went to school together, y'all knew the same dudes, and she was screwing a motherfucker, it's easy for you to find out because everybody tell you, like what Black Man was saying, when motherfuckers can sit back and tap you on the shoulder, be like, you sure you want to do that right there, bro? Because me and her, we done had a roundabout, and then another dude to tell you, then another dude. But if you've dated a woman that's not really from that neighborhood, you don't know people from there, it may not bother you. What will bother you is her fucking antics that comes with it. There's no fucking way that you can tell me that you won't find out. Conversation, if you paying attention to the conversation you have with that woman, she gonna tell you all of her experience. You gotta let her say what she gonna say. You gotta shut the fuck up. You can't be sitting back out here and y'all trading war stories together and you talking and she just saying a little bit of something. No, when she out there talking, I'm telling you, I dated this guy here. I dated that guy. Sometimes you can find out when you first meet a woman, especially the conversations these young folks is having right now.
Yep.
You like giving head. You ask a woman, do you like giving head? And she tells you, oh, I love it. I mean, I give head. Understand what the fuck she just told you.
She had practice.
I go down on a dude, and when I go down on a dude, I mean, I lick the ass and everything.
Good.
Come on, man.
This is the conversations they be having with women. All you got to do you like giving head? And just sit back and listen to her response. If she sit back and say, and she's reserved, and she be like, to my man, I do, and then she leave it at that, then all right, then you like, well, fuck, all right, whatever. But if she go out there going into details and start telling you exactly the things that she did with another motherfucking man, you the fool for keeping it going then. She don't give a fuck about you, because most women will not. Just like Anissa said, for the most part, they ain't gonna tell you shit at the beginning. Keep talking to her. She gonna tell you all her shit. She gonna tell you all the dudes that she dealt with, especially if they were a rapper or basketball. Oh, they gonna tell you about their basketball player boyfriends, football player for boyfriends. They gonna tell you about all that crazy ass shit. All you gotta do is just listen. But to ask a woman, what's your body count? That's kind of goofy. It's goofy.
It's goofy. Listen, the point that, let me just say this, the point that body count matters is how she represents you amongst your peers. That's one of the main things. If you can't bring her around anybody because everybody stroked it down, you're embarrassed to bring her around your boss.
And did what to the cheeks? R-Pain, you got to say it one time. What she did? What that do to the cheeks?
Say what?
You got to say it one time tonight.
She's busting somebody's cheeks. What do you say? What are you talking about? Listen, man. What I'm just trying to say is, I think it's really the body count matters if she embarrassed you, where in your peer group, or around your boss, or around the men that you admire or respect. If she was drinking from your boss's straw, how could you look that man in the eye? Right? She's been sucking.
What if you got a raise, R-Pain? What if you got a promotion?
Well, then you and her are partners.
Well, I'm just saying. I'm like, what if you didn't have to suck the straw? She did it for you.
Yeah, okay, so that's not a regular relationship.
Oh,
now you're Adam 22.
Trying to get you a raise, bro.
Now you're Adam 22. I'm just serious, man. I think that's what matters to men. I don't think it's the fact that she's been penetrated before. Let me tell you, if a woman's not a virgin, that first guy could have had her upside down, inside out, man. She could have been swinging from the chandelier. There could be just one guy. He could have been like rocking that shit up, man, and slapping at her, boom, 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 and so now he hit it, and he hit it.
R-Pain, when you go to that site with them videos on it, you start at page 10, don't you?
I'm just trying to tell you, man. It don't matter if it's a lot of guys, but one guy could have turned that shit out.
Oh my God!
It don't have to be a lot of guys. It could be one guy turn that shit out.
You right.
And you marry her, and he could give her a call in the midnight, and she's thinking of, because a woman never forgets her first dude.
Yeah.
They never forget their first dude.
You are.
They never do.
You're officially a dirty old man.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Officially a dirty old man.
You
Says
nasty.
the pot that called the kettle black.
That beautiful beam footage, black man.
Listen to me. Every man here who's married or not married, your woman still remembers the first guy who bumped that little piece off. Let me tell you.
The toughest things any man has ever done is turn down a nice piece of willing, steaming ass piece of pussy.
Never going away, R-Pain, ever.
We're
gonna put this on his tombstone.
that need to be on your
turn it down. That's a
tombstone.
rite of passage. That's a man's rite of passage. Being able to turn down some trim. Now you've arrived. The age of discernment is when you can look at a hot piece of Joe and say no.
Steaming hot, like literally, you can see the steam rising off of it. It's not even winter.
Listen, man, if none of you guys understand steam coming off the box, I feel sorry for you. I'm saying, steam actually comes off of that shit if it's fresh out the shower. all the air around there.
So the conversation has derailed. We all off.
Okay, let me get back to it, because I want to pull a video up and I want to break it down. Lost in translation, I want you to break this down for us, because you're a person that can break down good information. So I want to pull this video up of Dr. Orion Taraban. I don't know if you guys are familiar with him. He's up and coming though. He's up and coming real quick. And I want to pull him up, and we're gonna break his information down and see what you guys think. So here we go. Let's see. Let's share the screen with you guys.
Ooh.
Oh, there you go.
LA's up on Phoenix in the by a few points.
All right, guys, here we go. Take heat up here. I want to see her facial expression. All right, here we go.
I'm Dr. Orion Taraban, and this is Psych Hacks, Better Living Through Psychology. And the topic of today's short talk is why men care about a woman's sexual history. Most men on some level already understand the answer to this question. So this episode is specifically designed to help the women out there. Women, I imagine that the emphasis that men can put on your sexual history can feel somewhat baffling, especially if we're talking about experiences that occurred before the men in your life even knew you. You might think, all that is in the past. That was then, and this is now, and I'm here with you now. So really, what's the issue? Well, I'm here to explain what the issue is. So, why are men so concerned about what you did in the past sexually with other men? The answer is actually complex and multifaceted. There are two general components. Here's how we can begin to approach an understanding. Ladies, have you ever had the experience, and I bet you have, of buying an expensive piece of clothing only to realize a week or two later that a discount code existed that could have gotten you 50% off the same item? When you learn about the existence of that code, how do you feel? Not very good, right? You may even have complained and tried to get the company to retroactively honor the code after the purchase. I've seen many women do that. And why do we do that? Because learning about the discount code actually changes your perception of the item that you bought. Whereas 2 weeks ago, you were more or less happy to pay full price for that piece of clothing. Once you realize that you paid 100% more than you needed to, you can't look at the same item the same way again. It's not nearly as attractive and desirable as it once was. Why? Because it turns out you didn't actually underpay for something valuable, you overpaid for something cheap. And that is not a good feeling. So what does this have to do with sexual history and relationships? Well, a number of things. First of all, you have to understand that broadly speaking, there is a sort of arms race between men and women in the sexual marketplace. In a highly simplified version, it breaks down like this. Men are trying to get as much sex as possible from women for the least amount of time, energy, and money. And women are trying to get as much time, energy, and money from men for the least amount of sex. This is obviously an oversimplification, but there must be at least some truth to it because we typically don't see the roles reversed. So when a man is actually in a relationship with you, in that he's taking you out on dates and listening to your problems and meeting your family and taking you on trips and supporting you emotionally, in short, when he is heavily investing time, energy, and money into you, and then he learns that you fucked a guy that you met at a bar an hour ago and who ghosted you the next day, he's going to feel like you did when you found out about those discount codes. That is, he's going to feel like a total schmuck for overpaying for something that you were obviously willing to sell for a fraction of the price. And I guarantee that will change the way he perceives you forever.
All right, we'll let Lost in Translation go first. Lost in Translation, what you got so far, my brother?
Man, he explained it perfectly well. Nobody wants to overpay for trash. You understand what I'm saying? It's like Trey was saying, his friend was marrying the chick who had the boneless kid. You know what I'm saying? All of her face. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to deal with that, man. We don't want to pay full price for trash. You know, and it's the same way. But my thing is this, man. Look at it this way. Why would you put it to make it easier like this? It messes up that man's fantasy of what he's going to get. You know what I'm saying? He has her on this certain level and said, this is the woman that I'm going to hopefully marry someday. And then later on, lies come out or the truth comes out about what he really got. Then he winds up being shafted. My whole thing is this. I don't like liars. I don't like people who conceal things because that ain't nobody you could build no marriage with. Everybody knows marriage is not built on lies, distrust, and deceit. I mean, just because you keep it from me now don't mean I ain't gonna find out about it later. And then when I do find out about it later, I'm not gonna let you know when I'm gonna let you go. You see what I'm saying? At that point, it's to my advantage and not yours. So I would rather you tell me the truth up front so I know how to handle it. Because I'm gonna tell you the truth up front. You ain't gonna find nothing about me out here in these streets. But can I ask you, will I find out the same? You know what I mean? Will I find out that you had boneless kids on your face in front of the homies. You see what I'm saying? I'm not finna pay full price for that. And I'm gonna tell you like this: my family has a name that it means something, and there's a reason why I ain't got no kids and I ain't never been married. You see what I'm saying? Because it means something. In order for you to qualify to be a part of this family, you're gonna have to adhere to the rules, just like I have to adhere to the rules. So if there's something that comes up in the past and is gonna be less than optimal, and I'm gonna be looking stupid once I find out about it, I'm gonna have to let you go. But I'm not gonna spend a whole lot of money on somebody who's gonna be distrustful and gonna be deceitful. But the doctor is correct. Nobody wants to pay full price for trash.
All right. Take heed to the message. What are your thoughts, real quick? We'll get everybody's real quick response, then we'll listen to the second half, and then we'll get everybody full responses. Take heed. What are your thoughts so far? You muted, baby.
I'm sorry, guys. So I like what the doctor said. That is correct. And lost in translation, you are speaking facts. You are speaking facts, sir. Thank you. Because if you're not truthful with it in the beginning and it come out later, you don't know how the husband will react. So I don't agree with you hiding anything. If he asks you, he's asking you for a reason. He's vetting you. He's asking you. Just go and tell the full truth, because now if anybody come behind you and say some nonsense, he could say he knows. I know. You know what I'm saying? And he don't have egg on his face. So I think if you see that this man is ready to make a step with you, he's ready to rock with you, he's ready to put that ring on your finger and make you queen, I think you should tell the truth. I don't think you should hide it, because it'll backfire in your face in the long run. That's just my take on it.
Now, take you while you're there. Mr. Bennett knows this because he's been rocking with me for a long time. And I think JT remembers this as well. We had a deep conversation one night on Barbershop. It got real. And we talked about something like this. And I shared I was very transparent to share my story of this happening to me sitting in the barbershop. I was sitting in the chair. And the young lady that I was with at the time walked through the door, and I could hear the dudes cackling or whatever. And I was like, maybe they're looking at that big old ass, or something. Maybe I don't. But anyway, my barber was like, "Hey, y'all chill out, bro." I said, and I asked him, I said, "What the fuck?" He said, "Just let me finish with your hair, bro." So he finished cutting my hair. He said, "Come into the back, man. I got some towels back here. Ain't got no towels, just to play it off." He said, "Bro, man, listen, I'm gonna tell you the truth." He said, "Man, them niggas out there, man, they done ran through her, boy."
Wow.
He said, "I'm telling you the truth." He said, "Man, hope you don't get pissed off at me, bro. But man, I don't know what you doing with her." He said, "But them niggas out there that's cackling, nigga, all them niggas and fuck your girl, boy." Shit, I thought they was looking at the ass, but they didn't been in the ass. And so I was like, God damn. And I didn't say nothing to her, she was like, "Hey baby, you ready to go?" I was like, and she was like, "Oh, you look so cute. Give me a kiss." I don't feel like it right now. Just go to the car. Get the fuck in the car.
Man, you're gonna be tasting them bonus kids.
Man. God damn. So at that point, man, it just, like I said, I never knew, and it was in a relationship for a minute. And I never knew, man. And it just like I think Lost in Translation said, or Take Heed, like it was just never the same. Like it was just never the same. I could never look at her the same. It was just never right. So we just parted ways. It was never right. So anyway, Anissa, what are your thoughts? You muted, baby. Hey, come on, Trey. Come. You gonna let her be
Be a
muted?
gentleman, man. Come on.
Damn.
No, I thought he he made good points. I agree with some of the things he said. I do.
You disagree with some of the things he said too?
I think I need to hear the whole thing again. I may have missed some
No, we
part, 'cause
halfway
it was an
through it.
echo
Yeah.
and it was an echo in the beginning.
Okay.
But for the parts that I could hear clearly, I agreed with his assessment.
Okay. Absolutely. All right. JT, real quick, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I definitely agree with what the brother was saying, man. No doubt about it. But again, what he was just explaining was exactly what we were just talking about. Like he himself was just talking about. Yeah, when it comes down to it, man, you gonna find out. But when you looking at this woman and you got her to a higher, just a higher status, and you put her on this pedestal, and then you find out this motherfucker was the goddamn bologna sandwich in the garbage. That shit make you feel a certain way. It make you feel a certain way. And like you were just saying in your story, you get to looking at her as you like, God, damn. And you don't want to be the laughing stock of the crew. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
And
that's a
one of the
boy.
things-
That'll get you, boy.
Yeah, so we definitely look at women as an extension of ourselves. I'm telling you. And
Yeah, I
if
don't
that
think
extension of
you know.
yourself is like dirty diapers, then you fucked. You the
Right.
shit in the diaper.
And I don't think I don't like Alex said here. What's up, Alex, man? He said wanting a virgin is not a preference, it's hypocrisy. And then he followed it up by saying good luck on unicorn virgin hunting. I don't think men want virgins, they just don't want viral. Let me say that again. I don't think men want virgins, I just don't think they want viral.
I mean,
they don't
did you say viral or venereal?
You
Which
can
one
add
did you
that
say,
one in there,
viral
Trey.
or venereal?
You can add that one in there, Law.
But it does go
VD.
It does go to the point of what our pay was saying too. It could be one dude that was digging her down so goddamn good where that motherfucker looked like a spare tire now. So then what? Whether it was 100 dudes and it was one, she been in a relationship for 17 years. This motherfucker then flipped her upside down, had on the chandeliers, then wore that thing out. It's really kind of fucked up when you look at it. It's not really the virgin thing. It's kind of like, again, we look at other attributes other than her just fucking somebody else. I think that's
right.
That's the whole thing.
Well, what you don't want is, let me put in, because JT, we're movie people. All of us on the panel, I think, are movie people. Let's just put it into perspective of a movie where people can actually visualize it. You remember when on Soul Food, when he was sitting in the break room having lunch, and the general manager came in. He said, "How do you think you got this job?" I mean, he said, "Man, Coke back in the day, man, man, Coke, bro, man." He said, "Coke."
I would have whooped his ass just because he was light skinned, though. I would have just whooped the
he was also disrespectful.
Yeah, he was very disrespectful.
I would have beat his eyeballs off his head.
And the point is that can happen with any woman at any time.
Go ahead, Trey.
That's the point I'm trying
What's
to make.
your thoughts about what you heard so far?
Listen, I like Psych Hacks. I've always liked him.
Yeah.
I listen to a lot of what he says. I understand where he's coming from, but I don't think that the true exchange here is the money. I don't. I think for the most part, for those of us who understand money, you get more money. We can always find a way to get more money. To me, the exchange is the actual marriage that you're giving her. That's the value. She doesn't deserve it. She hasn't done what she's supposed to do as a woman and preserving herself to be qualified of the marriage. Who cares about the money? Who cares about the money? That's one of my biggest issues. You're asking me to give you the absolute best of me in a marriage, the absolute best of me, while giving me above par. Because for those of you who play golf, above par is worse. Above par, you're giving me crap. Essentially, you're giving me trash. You're giving me used, leftover nonsense. But you want me to give you protection, provision, all this stuff. You want the best of me. So that is where I have an issue. But Psych Hacks, as usual, I have yet to hear him say something that I didn't necessarily agree with. He's right.
Absolutely. Thank you, man. Arpain, real quick, what are your thoughts? So we can get to the other half. What are your thoughts? And we'll get Reckless and Mr. Bennett in here.
Yeah, I saw this guy before. I saw this clip. Like I said, it's really more important on how she represents you as a man. I mean, I agree with a lot of stuff. It's the basic thing is most men in the West have acquiesced. We don't necessarily want virgins. We just don't want the woman that we're with who has all the people that we respect and admire snickering behind our back. You know, I mean, the whole notion that, you know, she was, you know, like I said, doing whatever she was doing with some people, you know, and people who might have influence over the way you interact with your peers. It just matters. You know, so that's all I can say. I mean, you know, so that's where we are. I mean, like Trey, he talked all that shit, but he knows he's not going to find a pure woman, not in America. You know, so it doesn't matter who you let pass that marriage gate, and because you're accountable for the woman you let in. You just really are, and there's no way around it. You know, look at how many Joe Smiths do we need to see to know that that's true. That's all I have.
All right, Mr. Bennett, real quick.
All Trey got is a Nisa.
Oh, yeah. And she'll never tell him.
All right, your thoughts?
I can agree with some of what he's saying. I think ultimately, though, people live at their level of expectation. Happiness is actually found at your level of expectation. So it doesn't matter if you shop at Marshall's or if you shop at Neiman Marcus or whatever. You go in there, you know what your expectation of value is. If you find a deal in either place or whatever, you leave happy. So, you know, so for the guy to set that expectation of his woman to be chaste or low body count or whatever, and he finds out something different, then yeah, that's going to drive the, you know, it's obviously going to drive the price down. But at the same time, some people, you know, love shopping at Marshall's, and there's nothing wrong with that. If as long as you know what you're getting in for. I don't see a problem either way. So I think the issue is not so much in this case, using his example. I don't think the issue is body count, or even if you go to a store and you buy something that you already know that's been repackaged, someone returned it, they put that tape on it, but it's been discounted 40% or whatever, and you say, "Oh, I'm still getting it." So you know, it's really about what you expect, what you've been sold. So I think the deception is more the issue in this example, more so than the count or the price of where you bought the item from or whatever, what you value it as. It's your expectations at the end of the day that really determine the value.
All
Hey,
right,
Mr. Bennett, before you go, Mr. Bennett, I got a question for you, man. I think you're absolutely correct. But in this particular situation, say, for instance, you are walking through the door of Neiman Marcus thinking that you're finna buy you some Neiman Marcus, but when you walk out the door, it says Marshall's. That's when you feel like you've been had. And I think
Absolutely.
That's more of the climate
like I
that
said,
we're dealing with right
that's
now.
What I'm saying. It's the deception, or like I said, the expectation. You go to Neiman Marcus, you go to some of these high-end stores, Louis Vuitton or whatever, for certain things. You don't want to go there for cheap merch. But again, you got the guys who are selling the fake merch on the street. If you're in New York or LA or whatever, you know it's fake, but you still gonna buy it anyway because you, for whatever reason, you think you still gonna pay it off, and you happy because you may not think that no Louis, I don't care if they are the original things, are worth the money that they're asking for. So you don't mind rocking the fake stuff either. Again, people are going to be happy one way or the other, but as long as you know what you're getting yourself into.
Correct.
All right, Reckless Ray, real quick, what are your thoughts? We'll get to the second part.
I agree with him. It's just about not bringing shame. Like we can sit around and circle around this all we want. Like nobody, to Trey's point, nobody gives a shit about body count unless you know. If you know, it brings shame. If it brings shame, it's not something you want to deal with. Just like what BMU said. He was cool with his chick till he walked in the barbershop and realized that everyone in the barbershop done ran through it. Then it wasn't cool no more. Brought shame. So depending on the level of man that you are, some of us go to galas, some of us go to cocktail parties, stuff like that. You don't want to walk into a cocktail party and have everybody being like, "What's up, nutty buddy," to your girl. Not cool. It's shame. It's shameful. That's the only thing that body count really has to do with, is if you know. If you don't know, you're going to be happy as a clam unless you come face to face with reality. So it really doesn't matter unless it's to the tune that she's done something outlandish to where it's going to bring shame to you later, because you're going to walk into a room and they're going to be like, oh, hey, bro, Honey Buns. Remember her? Dope. And you're going to be like, nah, fam. Like, then you're going to be sitting there feeling bad, whatever. But that's really all it is. That's all it is. Like, there's that, and then there's the inherent trauma that you're going to potentially have to deal with because she's had a bunch of partners. There's that mess as well.
But one something I've heard tonight. Just want to raise this question. I got to go in a couple of minutes, gentlemen. But
all right.
Again, great conversation again. I'm hearing a lot about you dating someone who's local, who's too close to your community or what. Now, back in the day, you would have, it was desired that you married someone who you knew, you knew the family, you knew whatever. But it seems like these days, you might be better off dating someone from outside of your community. Like you talk about church. And I've seen it. Like church is probably not the best place to try to date, because everybody's up in your biz or whatever. Or you may have some history or whatever. Yeah, I'm not saying don't date someone who goes to church. Maybe maybe she goes to the church on the other side of town or whatever, and y'all get serious or whatever. Then it's like, oh, okay, let me bring you to my church or whatever. But should we be eating where we're farming? Right. I mean, in these close communities and things of that nature. Because what I'm constantly hearing is, if stuff gets out, the Snickers and whatnot. So yeah, find somebody away from all that. So at least you don't, less likely you're going to find out something that's going to be embarrassing down the line. And I think about that.
Yeah, I think everybody should go 300-400 mile radius. I think anything, anything on
that far.
If you get your 304, at least ain't gonna be your neighborhood 304.
Right? Hell, you go to another county and get their 304. Shit,
exactly.
To your point, Mr. Bennett. Still, most people date and find their significant others through referral, through neighborhood, through other people. Most people do. So when you're talking about that, this is why you have so many people fighting in the neighborhood, because somebody eventually knew somebody else and it was just going through. And think about this too. It's starting to be less and less because referral based. Like one of the things I didn't like was I'm meeting somebody through a cousin or through a friend or through somebody else, because once that shit don't work, somebody taking the blame for that shit.
Yeah, and it sours like everything. Like the next get together, family get together, it's uncomfortable. So even the referral business, you better be like, like if your cousin tries to hook you up with somebody, your sister or something, like you better be right about this, or else we're gonna have a problem down the line. So yeah, so even referrals, you got to be real careful about that also, because everybody, again, even in those circles, they always show the best side of themselves. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So again, what you think you may know about that person may not be the truth either.
Yeah, don't hook me up with nobody because you're going to hook me up with the ugliest person you got.
Hell no.
She got a good personality. I don't want personality.
I don't fuck that. Okay. Here's the second half, ladies and gentlemen. We'll finish it off with this, and then we'll get a discussion, and we'll be up out of here. Here we go.
So that's one part of the answer. The second part of the answer of why men care about a woman's sexual history is even more pragmatic. In general, to determine how people actually feel, it's far more accurate and reliable to examine what people do over and above what people say. The fact of the matter is that people can move their lips and say anything. They can say things like, I love you, or you're the best I've ever had, or I can't stop thinking about you. People can say whatever they want. And because of that, there's always the possibility of doubt as to whether or not the words actually reflect their felt experience and objective reality. Now, ladies, it's also true that you will do more in the bedroom with men you are more attracted to, with men you like more. When your attraction is high, you will make yourself more sexually available in every sense of those words, and you will willingly break the rules that you rigidly enforce for others. So if you put two and two together, you can see that learning about a woman's sexual history is a way for men to kind of confirm a woman's words with her actions and to determine how attracted a woman actually is to them. Why? Because if a man finds out that you did other things sooner or more frequently than you did or do with him, the reasonable conclusion that he is going to draw is that you are not as attracted to him as you have been to other men in your past, with whom you were willing and enthusiastic about doing those things. And this is also going to make him feel like a schmuck, because it's going to make him feel like you are settling for him. That's the second part. And if you combine those two parts, the result is a man who now feels that he's paying twice as much for half as much, which is not a great place to be. How does this play out in my own personal life? Well, if I learn, for whatever reason, that a woman is not willing to be more sexually open, available, and freaky with me than I know she's been with the guy that she has been most attracted to in the past, then I just conclude that the relationship is not worth my time. This is not because I think I'm entitled to those things. I appreciate that I'm not everyone's cup of tea, and some women will find me more attractive than others. That is perfectly fine. I conclude that the relationship is not worth my time because I only want to be in a relationship with women who feel like I'm the best she's ever had, with women who are extremely attracted to me, with women who are enthusiastic and excited about being there. That's the experience I'm looking for. And the best way for her to demonstrate that feeling is by doing things with me that she hasn't done with other men. Everything else is just lip service. What do you think? Did my explanation make sense? Please let me know in the comments below, and thank you for listening.
Makes sense. It makes sense, but you're gonna be a lonely dude. I can tell you that.
But you ain't gonna be bent over though.
Lost in translation. Go ahead, lost in translation.
Yeah.
Go ahead, lost in translation. You go first.
Man, let me tell y'all something.
Go
Doc is absolutely correct. If your woman doesn't have deep down burning desire for you, you don't need to deal with it. Let me tell you something, man. If your girl does not come through the door like that, glad to see you, that ain't it. That is not it. I'm here to tell you, man. Look at it this way. If your girl gives you a whole bunch of rules and a whole bunch of hoops you got to jump through, she don't like you. Because I'm going to tell you like this. She will break the rules for the guy she really likes. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not talking cash money out of my tail. I'm telling you what I know. You know what I'm saying? My whole thing is this: they will break the rules for the guys that they like, but they will also give the guys that they don't like plenty of rules because they don't have the guts to tell them, I'm not interested in you. Or they don't have the guts to tell you, I'm going to use you until you catch on. Period, point blank. So the doc is telling the truth. And that's the main reason why most women don't want to tell you the truth, because they want to continue to get as much time, resources, and extract attention from you as much as possible. Just like he said earlier, while guys are trying to get to as much sex as quickly as possible with a little effort. Oh, ain't nothing but the truth been told tonight. Ain't nothing but the truth been told tonight, Black man. You got it, man. I'm done. I said all I need to say.
Anissa, what are your thoughts? No, Mr. Bennett, because he got to go. Mr. Bennett, what are your thoughts? We'll go with you first.
Yeah, I think this one, he 100% totally agree with this one. And just from again, someone mentioned hypocrisy earlier. I think someone in the comments or whatever about not wanting virgins or whatnot. Another thing people don't want to admit, there's nothing worse than a born again former. I don't want to use the word, but someone who used to be promiscuous and becomes born again. That's like the worst. because again, you're not you said it, JT. But you're not going to get, because what all those tricks, all those things, now she's saved and sanctified and whatnot, and it's like, you're not going to get her best, and guys are simply just not going to want that. So yeah, I totally agree that to feel like you're second best or that you weren't the best or whatever, we'd rather and most guys, we'd rather just live with the fact. Tell us what we want to hear. Whether or not it's accurate or not, I don't need to, for that reason, I don't need to know what my rating is compared to your other conquests or whatever. So yeah, you can lie to me in that case, or don't say nothing, going forward. So absolutely on that one, 100% agree with that.
Wow. Well, the prophet Neo has a song called "Lie to Me," and he said, "Lie to me." I don't care what happened. I want you to lie to me. He said, even if it ain't true, what I want you to do is tell me another lie. He said, because if you tell me the truth after all this time, he said, I don't know what I might do to you. He said, so to keep you safe, you need to keep lying to me. All right, let's go ahead and go over to Anissa. What are your thoughts, Anissa?
I definitely understood where he was coming from, but am I the only one that's thinking that maybe guys should be avoiding this question? I mean, because like he said, do you want to know all the acts and everything that she did with someone else? Because now you're comparing how, you know, the acts that she's doing with you and how long it took her to do it with you versus someone. Like, do you really want to get all into that?
Yeah, we want to know how soon we can escort you to the door. That's all that is.
I'm just asking.
Anissa, that remember that guy I told you about that married that chick? Guess what? He come to his homeboys, and I'm sitting there looking at him because everybody know that Sonny was Sonny. And he's going, man, she said she don't want to give me no head, bro. Everybody say,
she was handing that sunshine to somebody else.
She don't do what? Shit. I don't know what it is about you, brother, but everybody touch them tonsils. I don't know what's going on with you, partner. Take heed to the message. What you got, baby? Come on, talk to me.
I'm trying to stop laughing because this show is too much.
Everybody touch them tonsils. Take heed.
Well, I do love what the doctor said. He is correct. I just got hipped onto his content too. So, because he was talking about he took a trip to Asia, I think he said, or China. I'm not sure, but he said, and where was it again?
He went shopping. He went shopping overseas.
Oh, okay. And he said how he was treated over there. So yes, I agree with what he's saying. It's true, because if a woman doesn't find you attractive enough, if she doesn't find you, I won't say attractive. I'll say this. If you have not captured her mind, because a man doesn't have to be attractive. Look at Biggie. May his soul rest in peace. Also, you got a lot of men that I know back in the day too. When I was young, they was not that handsome, but they was able to capture a lot of women mind that I grew up with. And once you can capture the mind, you got the body. So he's right. A woman will do everything that her body and mind will allow her to with a man that she wants to be with. So yeah, Doc is correct. If he's a doctor, but he's correct.
All right. Thank you. Take heed. JT, What We Know podcast, man. Talk to me.
Yeah. If that woman don't like you, it's gonna be on her terms.
Yeah.
It's gonna be on her terms, you know. She might find you attractive, but she don't find you attractive like she found Deontay. Or
a curved dick. I'm telling you, cinnamon roll sweet dick running and ran all the way up through it, gave her all of it. And she just take it.
You know, and then when she gets
I don't ride dick, and she and that motherfucker on sweet nut running and they're twirling, and she tell you, I don't do that.
Yeah, no. She done had that nigga that she was sitting there paying his commissary for that 10 bid that she was doing with that nigga. You know what I'm saying? She can't you here right now until this nigga get out. He got parole hearing next week. And
D.L. Hughley had a joke about that. D.L. Hughley said his wife started saying, I'm tired, I don't feel like doing it. He said, be that whole you was before we got married.
Right. I got a good age. You ain't got a toothache. You ain't got a toothache. So yeah, that's what it comes down to. But it goes to what my man Ricky always say: these hoes are liars. These niggas are liars. Everybody's fucking liars. That's why you have to be more vigilant in the person that you're dating and marrying and all these crazy ass shit. And when they tell you the truth, you better believe what the fuck they say. you better believe them. When they tell you who you are to them, you better believe them.
Guess what,
Trey,
JT?
you asked that question why niggas stay? That's why. Because they don't believe what that woman already told them, and that was the truth. So that nigga stay because he feels that he can't do any better.
These hoes ain't loyal. You gotta find somebody.
All right, Trey, your thoughts.
Yeah, my guy Psych Hacks, man. He typically knocks it out the box. And where I stand on this whole thing is I can just remember times where, guys talk a lot. I know women may not know this, but guys gossip just like y'all do. We talk about our sexual escapades, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I can remember having a conversation with a guy. Me and him was smashing the same chick, but we were not having the same experience with this woman. He was not having the same experience I was having with her. He was getting sex from her, but I was fucking her. It was completely different. I was tying her up. You know what I mean? I was getting right. He was having missionary, plain vanilla sex with her. I was stopping by the job, smashing her at work on a lunch break. We were both having sex with her, but we were not having.
Ever say another motherfucking word to me?
we were not having the same experience, and it's because of what the doctor is saying. I think she found me to be more attractive. She was more attracted to me, and therefore there weren't a lot of rules for me and what I wanted to do and how I wanted to get it and when I wanted to get it. But for him, I think she liked him for other reasons. He was higher ranking than me, so that probably could have something to do with it. But she was willing to give it to him, but there was rules for him. There's only certain things he could do. The doc is absolutely right. And I am a firm believer. Listen, Loss, he spoke on it. If that woman is not trying to rip your clothes off when she see you, bro, she don't want you, bro. Move on. She don't want you. Because this idea that women don't desire the D is craziness. They desire it too. And when women get horny, they are relentless. They're not stopping at nothing until they get what they came for. I have had women drive from New York to DC to be there for 45 minutes. She got back in her car and went back to New York so she could be on time for work. When they want it, they move heaven and earth to get what they want. And if you're that guy, you'll know, because you're gonna be able to do some things that other guys may not be able to. Psych Hacks was on the money as usual.
Trey, you know what? This fits you for
Can't
real.
help it that I'm custom made. I can't help it that I look good, smell good, can dance all night long. I can't help it.
Well, hey, BMU, he's sending somebody a message on the panel. I wonder.
Oh Lord.
He said, I'm custom made.
Hey, you know what? And this probably thought to herself, you know what? I can tame that lion.
Yeah.
Reckless Ray. Go ahead, Reckless. Talk to
Listen,
us, man.
listen, real quick before you go, Ray. Many have tried, and many have failed.
Oh Lord.
I can't help it that I'm custom made. I can't help it that I look good, smell good, can dance all night long. I can't help it.
That's
I mean, he was spot on, and to Trey's point, what he was experiencing in the military is alpha fucks, beta bucks. The outranking sergeant, security. That's the reason. Like whenever chicks talk about their rules and we're taking shit slow, I'm like, this is the last time I'm dating you. Like I'm not like this is a waste of my fucking time. Like because they're like, oh well, we gotta set some ground rules and we gotta do this and that. And I'm like, there's a bitch right here that wants to fuck me today. Like you gotta go. Like, sorry, like ain't nobody got time for that shit. No one's doing that. No one's gonna do that unless you're real lucky and he sees value in you and he's like, cool, I'll play this little game while I'm banging these other chicks so that I'm straight until we figure out what we doing so I can suss out if this is real. But 90% of the time, if you're dealing with a dude that's busy and has options, you getting one date. You ain't even getting the opportunity to get me in the phone as food. I'm like, cool. If that's how it is, especially if you know. Because these chicks nowadays are brazen, man. They think they look good. They think they're the only chick that looks good. They're gonna look on beautiful Grecian god body and think that they the only chick that wants to get up in this. You know what I'm saying? And then they'll sit there and tell you, oh, I used to go out and party, but I don't do that now. Like, I'm trying to have a real relationship. Like, bitch, no, you're not. No, you're not. Like, you just, you literally just told me that I'm getting a worse deal than everyone else that ran through this shit, and your life is a mess. Fuck out of here with that shit. All you had was box. That's all you bring into the table. Like no one's doing that. Like, and that's the reality of the situation. No guy's signing up to have a worse deal than the last guy, the guy before him, the guy before that guy, the two guys that split roasted you in the trenches. Like, ain't nobody signing up to have to go through all these hoops and hurdles, and it's just not happening, at least not with the guys that you want. And then they'll sit there and be like, oh, all men want is this. Like, that's all you have. That's all you have to offer. You ain't out here offering shit else. Getting at the club. Shut up. Ain't nobody finding intellectual bitches at the club. You are not cerebral. You are a hoe. Okay, so let's be honest. Let's be honest. Stop talking about chakras and shit. I'm just trying to align your spine. Okay, let's be real. You in the zoo, act like the damn animal you is. Okay, and be consistent. That's all I'm saying. Like, the way that you and like I tell all my little homies that I'm around. When they're like, oh, what do you think about this chick? I'm like, scroll down her Instagram for me real quick. Please. Oh, who's this? Is that your girl? Like, oh yeah, we date. And I'm like, why aren't you in none of the pictures? What do you mean? I'm like, this bitch is advertising right now, bro, and you ain't in none of the pictures. How long y'all been dating? Scroll to that date. None of the like, hey, bro, you getting played. Get what you can get, but understand this ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, you in a relationship, bro. Your girl's single though. You in a relationship, but your girl's single.
Kids in the pictures.
She trying to treat you like John Legend. You need her to be like one of them I Am Legend monsters. Rip your clothes off. You know what I'm saying?
100%. And the thing is, the only leverage you have as a man is walking away. They feed on attention. That's their currency. Once you take all those cards off the table, the game's completely different. Because, like, you can go out, I can have a good experience for what it is, but I'm like, cool, if I'm not rocking with you, I'm just not going to see you again. Oh, well, like, why don't you ever want to hang out? Like, when they were talking about how men portray women who we know have a high body count, like, I got a friend, I ain't going to name her name. We'll call her P for short. P's been the homie for a long time. And she, like this chick, I remember back in the heyday, I've seen this chick take the little homie off in the bathroom at the club to top him off real quick. And then she tried to step to me one day, and I was like, nigga, what? And she was like, what? I'm like, man, you the homie, nigga. Like, you quit playing with me. like, quit playing. Like, we both out here, like, look, we's niggas right now. Like, you are not a lady anymore. I'm sorry. Like, I know how the sausage was made. You are no longer a lady. You a nigga with titties. like it's what it is. And she, look, cool as fuck, best wing woman you could ever have. But I'm like, I would never fucking touch you because, like, we've been out here in these streets together. That's disgusting.
Oh, jeez.
I was like, literally, and she got really offended. But like, I told her, I was like, Pam, if I ever put my dick in, I think that was gay. Like, you a nigga. Like, I'm like, that's like prison sex. Like, no,
you put her in the super friend zone.
Bro, it's not even the friend zone. I'm just like, bro, if you out here navigating like a dude, like you are basically a dude. Like, you got the mentality of the dude. She busts dudes down. Like, not even shitting you. Like, one of the homies hit it, and he was like, yo, that was like the best I ever had. And I was like, well, what was so great about it? He was like, she fucks you back. And I was like, oh no, bro. Like, you a dude. You are a fucking dude.
So hold on, Rick. So it's safe to say, if she gave you that booty, you'd be like,
I'm still wearing cashmere. Yeah. I'm still walking around in alligators. Woo! I'm still looking at the diamonds on this big old Rolex. I'm still riding on that limousine. And I am still driving the women in this world completely out of their ever-loving, cotton-picking minds.
That yes.
Yeah. Hey, yo, hey, real quick, he could never get away with what he just said in 2023.
Oh, no. He be canceled.
That clip is canceled.
That his entire career would be over if he said cotton picking.
Oh yeah.
I don't think they would cancel Ric Flair though, man.
Nah, they cancel him.
No, man. I don't think they cancel Ric Flair.
That boy said, I can't help it.
That's it. I can't help it. I'm custom made.
I can't help it that I'm custom made. I can't help it that I look good, smell good, can dance all night long. I can't help it.
That's my guy right there.
If they canceled Donald Trump, they canceled his ass because Donald Trump was wearing the same hairstyle. He had all the rappers talking about him and all the bras on his motherfucking
But
line.
he ain't the nature boy though.
That's his
He
ass.
ain't the nature boy.
Can you imagine Ric Flair running for president? I can't help it.
Man, nobody would vote against Ric Flair. It'd be a landslide.
Just was congressman. Just the body was congressman. That was another motherfucker that was
Can you imagine him coming to the press conference with a fucking diamond robe on, walking up to the podium and shit?
Man,
it would be fucking hilarious.
Be like, hey, here come the president. Tell us, ladies and gentlemen, all rise.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is
talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheel and dealing,
Hey man, Ric Flair, dog.
You better
Ric
say
Flair,
it, man.
Darpain, what you got
Yes,
for us,
sir.
Darpain?
Yeah, listen, you know what? I agree with the guy, but you know, he's not going to know whether he was the best she ever had. He might think he is, but I guess if she gives you the illusion that she's giving you everything, that might be enough for some guys. I was just looking at the dude, and I'm just thinking, in reality, is he really knocking out the honeys that they giving him the best that they got? I mean, I'm trying to separate the message from the man. I looked at the man. He looks like the guy who they put governors on the Johnson. Right, he don't look like the guy walking in there and busting them down, spinning them around and throwing them upside down. I don't get that from him. I understand what he's saying, but if he's really thinking he's getting the best, then he's my man.
Hey,
Yeah,
man,
I don't
he
know.
might be like Ron Jeremy on your ass, boy. Ron
Yeah,
Jeremy.
he might.
Around.
You know how many times I've heard? You know how many times I've heard you're the best I ever had? These women be lying.
Yeah,
Lying.
that's what I'm saying, man. This is
Lying.
shit.
So
I
what
look
you
at them in their
say?
face and I go, I know you lying. I know you lying to me right now.
So what you say? Women are the queens of deceit.
Oh yeah.
What do you
Yeah,
say?
And they're snitches.
What you say? Women are the queens of deceit. The
They
master
wake up.
of the
They hold on.
deceit.
Black man. They wake up lying. Everything's a lie. They wake up lying.
Put on a
Everything
lie.
they do
Put on a
is
whole
lie.
face
They
of
sleep-
lie.
They sleep in a lie.
You sleep in a lie. They
They-
dance in a
and you know
lie.
the thing is, this is why I say that men are more empathetic. That men truly love women because we will look at you and know you lying and love you anyway. We know you lying. We know you're
Choose to
wearing
leave
shorts.
you.
We know you don't. We know you don't look like. Listen, I dated a woman for almost 2.5 years. I never saw her real hair. This is a true story.
I mean,
Never
that shit
saw her
stink.
actual real hair. She always had weave, and that's why I'm so against weave. And it wasn't like dirty or anything. She changed it out. She got her hair done regularly. You know what I mean? But never saw it. I can remember the day I said to her, I need to see your, I never seen your real hair. It looked like the world crumbled on her. She didn't want to show me who she really was. She had become so comfortable lying to me about who she was that telling me the truth seemed like the craziest idea in the world to her. Women do this, and here's the thing. I love her anyway. And I don't even like weave.
Yeah.
I don't even like it.
Yeah.
She was scared you weren't gonna like that puff. You know what I'm saying?
Lost,
But
it's the
man,
crazy
that
part.
was-
It's the crazy part, Lost. She had great hair. Long
I
hair.
know. She was
But men
protecting
will
it.
find
You know
a way
what I'm
to
saying?
disqualify women, while women will find a way to disqualify men. Men
Ain't
will
that the truth?
be like, yeah, I know she got all this dumbass shit on her, but I love her anyway. She will find some shit that don't even exist with you and disqualify you because you had a friend that was bullshit. Or you had too many motherfucking female friends, or your goddamn teeth was too big or something. She gonna find something.
Hey, JC, talking about some what's your 5-year plan and all that old foolishness.
What's your 5-year plan? She got a credit score of 400. That's it.
Talking
400.
Talk about what's your 5-year plan. I look over and be like, well, where them kids come from? Was that on a 5-year plan? Like, what was that nigga's 5-year plan? Don't ask me shit. Like, what are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about? You showing up with problems and liabilities, asking me what my plans are? Not the same ones you had, bitch. Like,
Waiting on little Dante to graduate high school so y'all can beat together.
like, what's your
Little Dante
10-year
gonna
plan?
say,
That
you ain't
kid's
my daddy, nigga.
Right. Then you got to dust him up.
You ain't my daddy. Or Donnie gonna be probably 18, still living with mama. Right, still living
And
with
she be
mama,
like, he
and then
can't
you
go
gotta
nowhere.
right? And she done raised him how to be a man. He done took on some of her characteristics, and then you got to walk in the room with a belt and tell
Your
him,
eyes may shine, your teeth may grit, but this booty here, you will never get.
Tell him again, Pastor Gino.
I don't chase booty.
If you gonna listen to a pastor, that's the one to listen to right there.
Motherfucker, have y'all ever seen that big ass dude? That big ass gorilla dancing motherfucker be like, I be dancing.
Oh
He be
yeah.
He just pisses you off just to see him dancing. What if she had a son like that? And he like, boy, what you be doing? I be dancing.
Bruh.
I'll just tell me I'll shoot your big ass. Sit down.
They don't get that big. Them boys be full of taquitos and flaming hot Cheetos and juice boxes. They weak as hell. They don't eat their vegetables. You can blow them over with a stiff breeze.
I might have to fight him, dog.
Hey, you
I
know
might
what?
have to see, because I ain't never seen nobody that sweet and look like a goddamn gorilla. I smack the shit out of him. I'm just gonna have to risk taking the ass whooping. I don't believe.
But you know what?
Man,
I think y'all need to win.
Hey, bro,
Yeah, this
JT,
is a
I
great-
tell you what, bro. I ain't never trying to get into a fight with a punk, the big ass punk, bro, like a gorilla sized punk. Because look, you be about to black out, and the last thing you hear is your pants unzipping. Like it's over, bro. Don't even wait back up.
Yeah, man.
They'll be like, what happened? Be like, you got took twice. Bro.
That's not
Now, look,
applause, sir. That's not
now,
applause.
Trey alluded to this earlier, and I want to share this with you guys, and we're gonna get out of here. This is what men are facing today.
Subscribe.
Nope.
It still is ugly. She was still
I don't like
ugly.
the attitude, bro.
I don't.
Still ugly. That motherfucker still goes
Take heed. Did you see that? Take heed. Take heed. Did you see it? Let me. If you
Chameleon.
didn't see it, let me show it to you again.
Subscribe.
She was not beautiful. There was nothing that she could have faked on, because I would have. The first thing that come to my mind is, you a dude.
or JT. That's what we would think. JT. What about now? Take yourself out of it. The modern guy today would have went home and hit that and went to bed with Janet Jackson and woke up on Elm Street with Freddie. Because when she went washed her face and took that wig off, you in a whole nother place. You would literally think you fell asleep somewhere else. Imagine waking over and looking at the rotting corpse of DMX next to you. It's just that's hard.
We call that Transylvania, bro. You wake up in the morning, you got a ghoul and a ghost in your bed, bro. Because the ghost gonna be on the pillow where her face left the imprint,
but yeah,
and then
that's
she gonna be the ghoul Now you got to fight everything with your belt, bro. Like, it's terrible.
Oh, I'm telling you, somebody finna fight. Well, you wake. Oh, you hit that thing real good too, and she in there looking at you with them pretty eyes, and you wake up and she look like a damn demon. Woo! You just want to get out of there.
This is why you put her in the pool or in the hot tub, and when she's not looking, you just push her head underneath the water to make sure all that makeup and gook and all that shit.
I can't help it that I'm custom made. I can't help it that I look good, smell good, can dance all night long. I can't help it.
You gonna push her head down in the water, Trey?
Bro. And then, hey, Trey, and when you bring her back up, you ask her body count, because, like, if you waterboard them, they might tell the truth.
I'm gonna ask this question. I'm gonna ask this question because I already answered. I want Anissa, if you and Trey on a date, right? I know you guys have been on several, but just hypothetically speaking, you guys are on a date, and Trey says to you, Anissa, how many wolves have walked the path of honey? What would you say?
You said what?
If what?
How many wolves have walked the path of your honey? What would you say? What would be your response to him? Would you say none of your business? Would you lie? Or would you be real and tell him?
I don't know how I would answer that question. Depends on, it depends on, is this the first date? Is this the second date? Is this after 3 months?
It's the third date. Let me set the scene. It's your third date. You didn't wear any panties. Y'all ready? He went and you ready to take him home and tear him to pieces. And he asked you right before he hit it, baby, how many wolves? Or
now who waiting around to the third date, sir?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Well, you will be waiting till the third date.
Oh, I know that's right. You better tell him. You better tell your man. You wait.
You the one that showed up with no drawers on the third date.
Don't you get folded up on
That's
the first
every day, though. It doesn't have anything to do with the date. But
that was for you, Trey.
That's how I know I'll fold her up on the first date right there. Let
me change my verbiage. Anissa, if Trey came to you and say, have you ever danced with the devil in the pale of the moonlight? What would you say?
No.
So you would tell him no, you've never been on the jungle gym or the monkey bars. You've never swung from heaven back down to earth.
I need you to speak regular English. I don't know why
Okay,
I'm saying
how many men have given you a thrashing? What would you say?
I would say, why is that important to you, Trey?
It's important to me because I'm going to fold you up tonight, and I need to know how many men been there before me.
Nah, that's not what I would say, Black Man. No.
Go ahead.
I would say it's not important to me. It's important to you and your future that you tell me the truth.
And this is your turn.
What? I don't know that I'm prepared to answer that right now. I don't know that concerns you at this point.
Dunk her under the water again, Trey. Dunk her under the water and hold her for 10 seconds longer this time.
Water boys. Sploosh.
Hey, but Black Man,
Trey,
you hear that pause though? That pause, and there's no disrespect to you, Anissa, but you're older, so you know how to kind of navigate through this a little bit better, right? But a younger woman, she's done. She's done with that. When the way I just put it to her, she's like, "Oh, you know what? He's right." And she's got nothing. She's got nothing. So you seasoned. You a veteran, so you know how to finagle, get around all that. But a younger woman, and when I say young, I don't mean like 21. I'm talking even just like 31, 32. Yeah. She would not know how to. When I say, listen, this is on you. It's on you to be transparent and honest with me, so that we can move forward. It's like
Dodger.
Yeah, it's like that even got you for a second. There's a pause, except for a younger woman. The pause is a little bit longer.
Why? Now, ladies, if you're following along at home, the correct answer is a lady never tells. That's all you got to say, and leave it at that. That was the standard answer back in the day that saved women's tail. I promise you, you can use it today, and it'll save yours too.
And Alyssa, my reply to your comment of you're not comfortable answering, I would have asked you, well, when will you feel comfortable? Because that is something that we're going to have to discuss at some point in time. We're going to have to talk about it. So when will you feel comfortable? And how much money am I going to have to spend until you get comfortable?
There you go.
Okay, so I want you to role play this out. Anissa, you
No.
We're
not doing this. You got enough, Bill. I gave you more than enough.
Okay. Anissa, so what is your response to what he just said?
Oh my God. Why are we doing this?
Take heed. You see it, take heed. You see the chemistry.
I see.
I know that's right. I know that's right.
Well, I mean, if you're asking me this question, you're asking me for a reason. So where are you trying to take this?
There you go. That's my good. Come on.
Exactly where you're thinking. To the bedroom.
He wants to know.
Damn, that was good.
And this is the second date? And you're asking me such a
this might be our first date, and this is depending on how the conversation go.
Oh, well, you wouldn't be going to the bedroom on the first date. Absolutely not.
Okay. So how many days does he have to take you on to get to? How many days does he have to take you on to be washed in the river?
Several. It wouldn't be the second. It wouldn't be the third. I don't know where y'all get that from, but no.
Several is a very abstract number. Can we
Southern girls. Yeah, we don't do that.
So hold on. So how many days would he get? 5? 5 get the thighs?
I don't know if I could put it. I don't really know if I could put a number on that, to be honest.
5,
well let's not do a number. Let's not do a number. What is it exactly that you need to feel? What is it that you need to feel that would make you more comfortable with moving this along to the next level? And next level, I mean having sex.
Well, I need to know what your intentions toward would be, because I'm intentional, and so I'm looking for marriage. So if that is not what you're on, then this absolutely will not go there.
So when you say looking for, are you talking short term, looking for, or long term?
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
When you say you want to know what my intentions are you talking short term intentions or long term intentions?
Well, my intentions are married, so I'm looking to be married. I'm looking to be a wife. So if that is not what you're on, and I think you've been very clear about that you're not, then we wouldn't even need to worry about the sex part. So you would never need to know the answer to that.
Okay. So the doctor come in and says, "Come on now,
come on."
So no. This is fine because this has happened before. It's not a problem. It's not a problem. You just simply look to the waiter. And you say, "Would you like another drink? Because you drink wine. So would you like a refill?"
Trey got her. He got her. That's it.
Would you like a refill?
No, I'm good.
You good? You can bring us a check.
Not the way Anissa was drinking that wine last week. No.
She getting that refill. She gonna get that refill.
No. Trey got it. No.
So Trey, you're thinking that.
And Trey is gonna pay that check too.
Oh, absolutely, because you're gonna pay for it later.
Oh no.
I can't help it that I'm custom made. I can't help it that I look good, smell good, can dance all night long. I can't help it.
See, Black Man, here's the thing. When you're on these dates, the magic isn't at the table. For guys, if there's any younger guys listening, the magic isn't at the table when you're eating with her and you're drinking with her. That's not where the magic happens when you're about to seal the deal. The magic happens when you're leaving the restaurant and you're walking her to the car. That's when the moves come out. That's when you're going to make this definitive move of, is she driving to your spot or is she actually going home? So it's not much I could do right here, but that's when you actually seal the deal. Okay. She told me, here's the thing. The reason what I was trying to get you to do is to tell me how to play your game. What is it that you're trying to get me to do? So once you told me, oh, you're in it for the long game, the long intentions, I know exactly what I need to do now. It's easy now. You were looking for marriage. All I have to do is sell you the dream about marriage if I want to get the cheeks.
Oh, that's nasty.
Oh, but
Trey.
you can't sell me the dream though. You got to show proof.
Well,
Everything
You gotta
has to
show proof.
start lining up towards that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
The
know.
morning after.
Yeah, I know.
So hold up, Vanessa.
Oh,
Wait a second. So you're telling me that every guy that's hooked up with you married?
Hell no.
You're single right now.
All right.
So
Trey
somebody
asked
sold that
me-
damn dream. Someone
Trey
did.
asked me a specific question. He asked me
JT?
what.
Yeah,
I
but he
answered
told you
his
exactly what he was gonna do, which
If
I'm
that's
willing
where
to
I
bet
am, that's
has
where
in
I
fact happened.
Not,
He
but
got
this is
you.
not where
He
I'm
got
at. He asked me today what I want, and I was honest
Ray,
with
if
him
you
about
want
what
it,
I
it's
want.
yours, bro.
No, y'all think you got it.
Why?
You don't.
And listen, it sounds good, but it doesn't work. It sounds great.
Wait,
but it
hold on.
doesn't
Let
work.
her ask Reckless. Reckless had a question, and this would you like to answer, rebut to what Ray asked? Every man that
I
you
didn't
ever
hear him.
laid down with, have you rocked the boat, Leah?
What was your question, Wayne?
My question was because you were saying you were like, well, it's got to be marriage or it's got to be this, and he was like, well, I'm gonna just sell you the dream and get what I want. And then you said, well, no, you got to put a ring on it, all this stuff. And I was like, well, you don't have a ring now. And we know that you're not a virgin and you're not currently married. And I'm willing to bet that you were not you've not, if you were previously married in the past, that wasn't the only guy you slept with. So, so the other guys did do exactly what Trey said he was going to do. That's all I was saying. I was like, if he wants it, he literally, he called you. Like he called it. Because that's what everyone else probably had to do too. It's like, yo, I mean, I don't think you just woke up. Like, you seem like you carry yourself pretty consistently, is what I'm saying. Like, I don't think you're necessarily out here just getting busted down. I think you have standards.
Right.
The issue
absolutely.
is men are conniving. And so, like, when Trey goes, I'm going to sell you the dream, I'm like, he got you. Like that's.
Because you told me, Anissa. You told me.
I would be honest with you that about where I stand and what I want. I'm not going to sit up and say that something that's not true. So if you ask me, where I am or what I'm looking for, I'm going to be honest with you and answer that. You can't get anything unless I give it to you. So you can say everything else, but if your actions are not lining up,
so are we saying that like once you state your intentions, you're clear to do whatever you want? Then is that what we're saying?
Hold on, guys. Take heed. What's your question? Take heed. What's your question? Take heed.
My question is this the Alyssa who had the first wine or the second wine? Because this is the first one. This is the first one who was drinking that first glass last week. Now, I want to see the second one who was getting nasty and swinging that wine around in the cup. That's who I want to talk to right now. That's who I want to talk to, Alyssa. Go get that one right there. I want to talk to her.
Hey, take heed. And that's why I take heed. That's why I said, do you want another glass?
That's why I said you gotta. That's why I said you gotta on the second one. Because when you were swinging that wine around last week, Alyssa, I said, Alyssa, oh, you fresh.
I am in total control. I'm in total control. Don't never make that.
Anissa, hold on, Anissa. Because last time you were on, when you were not kind and on that wine, you said these words. I said, Trey may come over and get that thing tonight. I said, if he came to that door right now and put that thing out, I said, what you gonna do? You said, I'm not gonna make myself look guilty online.
I said I would never incriminate myself.
That's what you said.
Was that after the second glass, black man?
That was after the second glass.
Yeah.
Oh my.
I had to get there. I had to extract the information from her, which I got, and then we get her on the second glass. You a different person after that second glass, Vanessa.
Yes.
You're a different person. It's time to get loose out here.
It's okay.
You can ask different questions after the second glass.
After the second glass too.
Now, Nissa, what he could have done if he, because it's like that cold calling. I think you have masters of cold calling on this panel tonight. But if you said it's all about marriage for me, he could have easily said, "For me too." I was just joking. I like to joke and have fun, but marriage is for me too. I'm all about it. And then he would go on and say, "I was looking to be married a few years back, but I haven't found the right one." But tonight, this conversation is leading to a place that I think that you could probably move forward and be more serious with each other. So I'm excited about what the future holds. Can we get the check, please? And so I'm excited. Now I do know you like this wine, so I'm gonna get a glass of this wine right here, and we're gonna and I'm inviting you back over to the house, and you can sit down and talk more about our future and what we're gonna do. We're gonna play, or we're gonna be together, whatever. So I'm inviting you over, and I'll get your Uber home. Is that okay? As a matter of fact, let's go. Boom, out of there. I mean, cold calling.
Black man sound like
You're assuming that that's going to go exactly the way you think.
Oh,
in your
yes.
mind.
Because
You're
what you
making
have
a
to do
big
is, what you have to
assumption.
learn, is you have to have open-ended conversation. You can't ask questions that she can give no to. Hey, baby, would you like to have this wine to go or this wine to go? Would you like me to get you an Uber, or do you want to ride with me? These are questions that I'm asking you that you can't say no to. Hey, you want me to get an Uber for you, or would you like to ride with me? Okay,
Your
cool.
yes has already been made up.
Yeah, when we get to the house, would you like me to? Yeah, when we get to the house, would you like me
whole
to?
scenario on your own.
Oh no,
But
what-
listen,
Anissa, you wouldn't even be out on a date with me if you didn't find me attractive. So we already know that that's already covered. Because you don't even carry yourself like that. Doesn't mean I'm going back to your place and that you're going to get what you want. That's
But
the thing.
Anissa,
That's exactly what it is.
hold on, Anissa, because
I want to
Anissa with
talk
the
to
game.
Alyssa who had the second wine. I want to talk to her right now. I don't want this Alyssa right here. I want the one that had the second cup of wine. That's the one I want to talk to
We
tonight.
want 2 chains, 2 glasses, Anissa.
And you know what? Talking like that with those openings, when you get a dude with some game like these guys on the panel here, that finesse like we have here, I'm telling you, I could put the Mississippi River at flood stage with how much pussy I've gotten talking like that. It's amazing to have those conversations. I'm telling you, it was. Woo! Sometimes I wish I said, Lord, I wish I didn't die back then because I should be in hell. But yeah, cold. Yeah, there you go. Cold calling, open-ended questions. Don't let her say no. You can't let her. Man, shit. Baby, do you like neck rub? Do you like your back rub? Or do you like your neck rub? Oh, my neck mostly because I've been working. Oh, okay. Hold on just a second. Shit.
Right.
Next thing you know, that's right. I'm trying to tell you, boy. Listen, man, I just had PTSD. God damn, boy. Woo, Lord have mercy.
I will give you some credit though. I will give you some credit. Your experience does show through.
Yeah, I'm back.
I wouldn't say it would be super easy, right? It wouldn't be easy. I had to put in some work, right? But
I've had all these conversations before. Like you said, I'm seasoned, so I've heard it. I've heard it.
But for as seasoned as you are, I am more charming in person. It works better. You can't really get the feel of it through the screen. You can't get. You need to be across the table from each other. Yeah,
especially after you.
I want to talk to the Alyssa who had the second drink. That's who I want to talk to tonight. I don't want to talk to this Alyssa right here because she's guarding everything.
After that 4th glass of wine, and you put them arms behind her back, and she feel that man, she gonna fall right in that mother. Oh, great.
Hey, and listen, I got these straps underneath my mattress, right? And
what?
You have what? I know these straps underneath my mattress, right?
They custom made.
Look at her face. Oh, she said straps.
They custom made.
You see her face? Take it. Come on now. Take it. We see 2 girls around the
custom made.
Anissa, you trying to go to the Thunderdome or not? Drink that second glass.
Tell Alyssa to go get the second Alyssa that had the glass of wine. That's what we need to talk to.
No, this one here going. She done turned about 4 shades of red.
No, I want to talk to the second one who had the wine. That's what we
Hey, Lord, she blushing, ain't she?
I'm telling you, hard.
No,
you can't hide that.
Something about those straps.
Y'all crazy.
Anissa, I need you to say this one thing. Say, I'm seasoned. Say that again.
I'm seasoned.
Yeah, okay, that sounds good.
Yeah, you season. Hey, listen, but you
I'm
know what Trey can do?
seasoned.
Trey's can say you're seasoned to get grilled. Because what's gonna happen is we're gonna put you on that steaming. You know what? I'm not gonna say. I'm gonna let
The
R-Pain say
toughest
it.
things any man has ever done is turn down a nice piece of willing, steaming ass piece of pussy.
Jesus Christ.
Trey would have some work to put in for sure.
Ooh.
She don't
Absolutely.
like you, man.
But you are acknowledging that there is a prize at the end of the road, though. It's there.
That's what it sounds
It's got to
like.
work for it.
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Absolutely.
I
I
spent
would
18
love
years in
to
the military. I'm not
So
afraid of
Trey,
some hard work. Hard
So
work don't
Trey,
scare
what-
me.
So hold on now. Now Nissa, Trey gonna have you like this. Listen, listen, I'm gonna say
All right, I'm done. I'm done playing with y'all.
Trey, hold on, Trey, let me ask you this question, Trey. So after you guys make PB&J sandwiches by the beach, how do you think her mindset would be after that?
Probably frazzled. She would probably be how do I put it? She'd probably be confused with emotions.
Oh, hey, look, you see that
You
facial
should've been
expression?
talking shit.
Let me see that facial expression. Take heed. You know what they're saying?
Yeah.
I want to find out about this. I'm curious.
That's not what I said. That's not what I was
Yeah,
Trey, look, if you had been,
You know
I'm
what?
trying to-
I want to say this real quick. I want to talk to the second Alyssa. Alyssa, please.
Anissa.
Anissa, I'm sorry, baby.
yeah,
I was saying your name wrong. I want to talk to the second one that was swirling the wine. That's who I want to talk to tonight.
The girl, she had that glass. She said,
on the first one.
There she go.
He got it, Greg. That's what
There's my girl.
Go ahead and take a sip. You look thirsty. Yeah, go ahead and take a sip, baby. You look thirsty, baby. How does that feel?
Take it. She on the second one. Take it.
Go ahead and take another sip.
Yeah. Hey, now take heed. Imagine if that baby had 4 or 5.
I would be asleep somewhere. I would be.
Yeah, you be asleep.
Oh yeah.
No, not with Trey. I would be asleep.
Look at Trey eyes. Look at
Hey,
Trey
black
eyes.
man, let me tell you something, man. Trey totally missed what R-Pain was doing, man. He missed it. R-Pain gave him the alley-oop. R-Pain said, Anissa, go ahead and say I'm seasoned. Go on, say it again, Anissa. Say I'm seasoned. Go on, say it again. Say I'm seasoned.
I'm good in season.
You
She's
seasoned.
submissive too. She just said it
listen,
right off the bat.
So you seasoned. So you know what's up then.
I know what's up.
All right. Then. Well, let me hold on.
Anything I won't let them do.
Look here, let me ask you a question, baby. Listen.
Okay, go ahead.
Look here, let me ask you a question, baby. Let me ask you a question. See, look, I know you done had you a few glasses of wine, right? All I want to know is how many licks does it take to get to the roll pop?
Oh my God!
I don't play no games, nigga.
I can't.
So you tell Trey what you want to tell him. You ain't gonna tell me that. Because the man right here.
Come on.
That's right. That's all I want to know. We don't want to waste each other's time. You know what I'm saying?
Hold you under the water
Every day you
forever
make
if
us
don't tell
wait.
the truth.
Every day you make us wait, man. Social Security gonna be waiting on us. So we guys gonna give each other our best, baby. What's up? Come on.
Hey, Anissa, how many licks? You got to give my number.
I know it's a number. I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna find out now.
Right on time, JT.
Y'all are nuts. Oh my goodness.
How many what
Lady
now?
never tells.
You said how many what?
Tells. Isn't that what you say, Law?
But you know what? Listen. You don't have to tell. Listen. Hold on. You don't have to tell me, babe. Just show me. You ain't got to tell me. Just show me. That's right. You dealing with a gator, baby. I'm going to tell you. I already asked you a question.
Over here is
I already asked you a question.
See, the type of niggas you dealing with right now, the Trey and Lost, them the kind of niggas want you to walk in with your bathrobe on, walk on the bed, walk up to them while they lay on the pillow watching TV, and sit directly on their face.
She'd be walking out of the bathroom. That bathroom be singing to her something. The world looks mighty good to me because Tootsie Rolls is all I see. Whatever it is, I think I see. The world looks mighty good to me Tootsie Roll flavor with the chocolatey chew. Tootsie Roll, I think I'm in love with you. Whatever it is, I think I see becomes a Tootsie Roll to me. You know what I'm saying? See, y'all ain't ready for that, man. Y'all ain't ready for that, man.
When I get through
They ain't
listening
ready
to
for it, man.
I'm
Hey,
gonna stroke
hey, there are the single women out in the audience. Get your ass up here and get a little bit of this.
Hey,
You know,
I'm trying to tell you. Come on, Trey. Now, go on back in there, Trey. Now.
I'm not going in after you, motherfucker. You you.
Go in and after you.
Hold on, Trey.
No. That's your girl now, Lost. I'm not going in after you.
He's not participating.
Trey, earlier you said she don't tell you. How would you know, Trey? If she don't tell you, how you
I've
know?
seen it with my own eyes, black man. Yes, Lost. You win.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You know.
Hey, and listen, I'll see you around.
I'll
be nice knowing you.
Oh my God.
We gotta put White School Podcast in the hot seat.
Yeah, hey, White School Podcast scared to come up here. She's not gonna come up here. She's scared. Yeah, she's scary. She's not coming up here. She's not ready for that. Guys, I just learned tonight that you guys got some real good game, and I don't think you guys had any problem getting to the ass. And so, on behalf of the Get That Ass Foundation, you guys have passed the course, and we're gonna keep moving you guys forward. Take heed. Thank you so much for being the superintendent this evening of such
debauchery.
Yeah.
Because
Anissa, this totally went downhill.
This right here. Now, Anissa, don't take this the wrong way, but this right here tonight, since Trey can't make it, he got to get on the plane. But since Trey can't make it tonight, you have our permission. This is Roseworthy tonight, because when you get off tonight, Trey gonna be on your mind, and you might as well go ahead and get that rose in a concrete whirl and take care of your business. Lost in translation. We see you swarming in the chair and your second glass of wine, and you're gonna dream and look back and see Trey from behind. But anyway, listen, we're gonna go ahead and end the show tonight. We're going to end the show tonight. I appreciate each and every one of you coming on talking about body count, and we end up talking about how much we can count on the bodies with Trey and Anissa. So we appreciate you. Take heed. Thank you so much. JT, thank you. Our pain, thank you. Lost in translation, thank you. Reckless, thank you. Anissa and Trey, do you have anything you want to say to each other before we part ways?
Hey, but BMU, before you end the podcast, though, right?
Yes, sir.
Did we actually answer the question? Because it sounds to me that we're not really that concerned about the body count. It's just how it looks when the woman's on our own.
Right. I think we're not. That's what I said earlier. We're not looking for virgins. We're not looking for virgins. We just don't want viral. Meaning that everybody that's been with you, everybody knows.
You know how many women are breathing a breath of fresh air out there? They said, "Oh, really? Shit! All I got to do is hide that shit."
Yeah,
Great.
we're not looking for viral. And basically, what I'm saying, what goes on in the dark will come to the light. If she was a hoe, one day you'll know. Let me say it again.
That's true.
If she was a hoe, one day you'll know. One day you'll see how she moves. Because remember the girl I was telling you about at the barbershop. After it was over, I became Professor X on her ass, because I was just thinking like, damn. And some of the dudes that the barber named that she had screwed was at the family barbecue, and she hugging the people and telling them, "Hey, how y'all doing?" I said, God damn, she's in there actually interacting with these niggas like she ain't did nothing. Wow. So all the Oscar performances should go to women. Women are absolutely wonderful at hiding their coochie facts. And so let's just make sure, guys, be careful when you're in the store and you pumping gas and a dude looking over and saying, "Hey, Sheila, girl, man, that's your white boy. She can suck the meanest." But I know you the lucky.
Yeah, you gotta get that Bernie Mac clip.
I
She had
remember
that Barney Mac
too.
clip.
They used to call her Jawbone. Okay, let's get back to
Yeah, she used to, you know what I'm talking about.
He said, "That's my hoe you talking about. I mean my wife."
You want your cornbread?
Oh my God, that boy said, I knew you back in the days. Your wife just sucked a minutes, but I know you's a lucky man."
That's so funny.
You call her Jawbone.
They used to call her Jawbone. Oh my goodness. Okay, guys. I'm gonna have that clip next time. All right. So Anissa, thank you so much for participating tonight and showing your love for Trey. Trey, thank you for showing your love for Anissa. You guys look great together. I'm definitely going to be at the wedding, baby shower, and all that stuff. And look at her. She blushing so hard. She's over there. She's firing right now. Trey, I'm telling you, once we end this, if you were to knock at her door tonight, it'll be just like when Moses raised that staff in front of the Red Sea.
Man, if you don't end this show,
Good night.
Hello.
Hey man, I love each and every one of y'all, man. Thank y'all for coming over here having a conversation, and we getting it in. Listen tomorrow, guys. Tomorrow morning and every morning. Make sure you go over to Take Heed to the Message. She's bringing it every morning. Make sure you go support her. Make sure you put some cash apps in there. Make sure you put some super chats in there. What time? Take Heed. Are you going on tomorrow?
9:30.
9:30 Eastern, right?
Eastern, yes.
So okay. So make sure you get over there because this morning she had a great show. Yesterday she had a great show because yesterday we was in that thing roasting. I mean, it was real bad. We were saying that some woman needed a dish with a battery on it. Her pussy smelled like casket pillows. I mean, it was just real bad. And so, guys, get over there tomorrow and me and Trent Lost in Translation were over there yesterday morning and morning before that. You got to come on over there and support Take Heed. We got to, because she's giving that good content. And she had an asshole in the chat this morning. Before I can get to him, she had already got him out of there. So, but again, thank you, Take Heed. Make sure we support her tomorrow night. JT is the guest host on Unapologetic. And so he's going to be talking about, what are you talking about tomorrow, JT?
Told y'all, man, Drill ain't getting the show back.
We're going to be talking about your blackness being significant in America. You call yourself black.
Nice.
Absolutely. So y'all come in, tune into that 8:30 Central, 9:30 Eastern. Shushu, first show of Power, Raising Canaan, came on Sunday night. So if you want to go support Shushu,
she going to the third. She going to be on
the third. Yeah. So she's the third one.
Yeah, the third one.
So
we already on episode 1.
Yeah. So episode 3, you'll start seeing Shushu in the episodes, guys. So make sure you go and support Shushu and watch Power, Raising Canaan. It starts episode 3, and you'll see old Shushu right from over her. And that's what she's busy with right now. So that's why they're on a hiatus right now, and JT is taking over for them until they get back. So thank you to JT, and shout out to Shushu for all the hard work she's doing over there on the set with 50 Cent. And shout out to Mandrell, who won the Little Man contest. He was able to lift 25 pounds while squatting in front of a tricycle. So we want to send a shout out to Mandrell for winning that. And Lost in Translation, you had a great show on Sunday night. So let's make sure on Sunday night you go over to Lost in Translation. And we were all in the chat, man. Take Heed was over there. We was all in there supporting you, brother. So make sure you support Lost in Translation on Super Sundays. Reckless Ray, when do you go on, sir?
I won't be on tomorrow. I found out that we have like a work thing that's going to go into the time. Normally we're on every Thursday evening, but I will have my episodes. I've got episode dropping tomorrow. And then around 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, I premiere them out there. Normally, if I have time throughout my day, I'm in and out of the chat with you guys. And then Thursday, I will have the pre-show for Future Financial Strategies. That will be dropping on Thursday as regular. It's just we won't be doing the live tomorrow. Not going to be able to.
Okay. And make sure Arpain had a great conversation yesterday as well. So make sure you tune into Arpain. He's over here on the Black Man Unfiltered Network every Monday at 5 o'clock Central, 6 o'clock Eastern. So make sure you come and check Mr. Boomer out. They had a great conversation on yesterday, man. Very intellectual conversation. I went through and watched it all over again today while I was working. Good show, man. Real good show on Monday.
I appreciate that because the first part I was saying, man, shoot, I'm about to crash and burn. You guys saved me with that conversation.
Absolutely.
No, I can't. That was me back there, Payne. That was me back there. That was you.
Yeah, yeah.
You had hey, boy, Black Man a bad brother. I'm gonna tell you right now. He out cold with it. My hats off to you, bro. Most definitely. I told you, I got you all the time, bro.
Yeah, let me tell y'all what happened though, because thank God for JT, right? Because he has access to the channel just like Lost in Translation, man. I love these guys. I was in my truck driving from work. Payne, I was running your entire show with just my cell phone.
I hear you.
That's all I had. That's all I had.
I appreciate it.
Comments, back chat, like everything on my cell phone. I was like, shit, I hope JT hurry up because I don't know how much battery. So JT hopped on because Black David, shout out to Black David, his computer motherboard exploded or some shit.
Oh.
And so so he's replacing the motherboard on he's rebuilding his PC and putting another motherboard in. So JT had to jump in and help yesterday while I was on my way home. And I was headed to my daughter's basketball game and I was in the truck. And JT said, man, brother, I got you. I said, okay, appreciate you, man. So shout out to JT for always hopping in. Lost in Translation as well, brother, man. I don't know what I do without you guys.
I appreciate that. That brother Grant came up. He was interesting.
He was, bro. Y'all had a really, really good conversation, man. So if y'all haven't watched that, go watch Mr. Boomer from Monday. It was an amazing show. They had a really, really good conversation. All right, man. But I
appreciate that one shout out though, because tomorrow, right?
Man.
I'm gonna fool around on my channel, right? I'm gonna go live for the first time with a sports talk, right? I have this. It's at 7 o'clock. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just get up there, and just start rattling off at the jibs. I know a couple of people might come up, so I'll drop the link if you guys. It's 7 o'clock. It's on the swivel at the sports bar.
Okay, absolutely. And nice. I want to say this too. On Thursday, Dr. Nkumbe and Coach K will be back on their show, and they're talking about empty promises. So make sure they're talking from a mental health perspective, how to deal with empty promises and people who say so much but do very little. So make sure you come and see that tomorrow. You got JT with You Call Yourself Black, but does it have sufficient meaning in America? And then on Friday, this is the one I'm excited about, the barbershop talk. Every man should be a monster. We're talking about that on Friday in the barber shop. So that's going to be an exciting conversation. That's really going to be a good one. So make sure you guys tune in. Make sure you guys support the channel. Make sure we support everybody else on the panel who is doing the work as well. Trey, thank you.
What time is it tomorrow?
Tomorrow, 8:30 Central and 9:30 Eastern for JT.
So my thing is at 7 Eastern, so it's earlier.
Yeah. So good. Trey, thank you so much, man, for supporting the channel and coming over, man. I appreciate you, brother. And we'll see you guys on tomorrow, all the way up through Friday. And I'm gonna tell y'all this. I'm gonna say a little bit about it before I announce it. But we got a Sunday show. With Grooming and Reviews.
Okay.
Yeah, they got their podcast coming. The Swirl podcast. We're gonna talk about that though. But yeah, y'all see that. As y'all know, he cut all his hair off. The boy looked like a Nazi.
He run around being American history act.
He got on. I seen the bald head and the tattoos. I say, what the fuck?
That's Kratos, man. That ain't no that's Kratos, man.
Kratos, yeah. And he said he donated his hair to the cancer research. So shout out to him. They cut his hair off. Yeah, they don't want nigger hair. They just want their hair. Our shit ain't worth 2 dead fly smashed. But yeah, so he cut his hair off and donated all his damn hair. So, all right, guys. Well, thank you so much. Before we go, take heed. There's a commercial that we shot a while back, and I don't think I've ever shared it with you. I think we're going to start back promoting it. It's for the young women in the community who decide not to comb their hair. But they decide to just wear wigs. And so we have the commercial. It's in here. Where is it at? I want to share it with her before she leaves because you never know. You may know somebody that can use this.
Already say he because you already know it's about to be so.
So I want to share this.
I already know what it is.
So give me a moment. Let me find it. Here it is. All right, here we go. This is the commercial. Take heed. Hi there, Black Men Unfiltered. Listen, today we have a special offer. We have the Wig Snatcher 1000 on sale for $19.99. Get yours now. Are you tired of your wife getting up every day looking like Rick James? Are you tired of your wife getting up every day looking like James Brown? You don't have to do it any longer. You don't have to suffer anymore. We have the Wig Snatcher 1000. We have them on sale now, $19.99. Get yours today.
Why is she looking like a Oompa Loompa?
The Wig Snatcher 1000.
The Wig Snatcher 1000. So I just wanted to put that out there. And so thank you so much. Take heed if you want to promote that. We still have some in stock. I have a few boxes left. I know Trey dropped a lot of them off at the strip club. So I thank you so much. Thank you.
Hey, Black Man, I got my Wig Snatcher 1000.
Oh no!
Ready to go. I'm ready for the winter time. Who says we don't support each other, man? I got my Wig Snatcher 1000.
I just want to do it. I know I didn't send you the warranty paper. It's a 10-year warranty.
I got one too.
Where's that?
Oh my God!
Alright, got his Wig Snatcher 1000. Yeah.
This is why we can't have nice things.
It comes with Kung Fu grip. It comes with the Kung Fu grip, baby.
Oh my God! Take heed. Tell your king we said thank you for allowing you to grace us with your presence. I know how it can be lonely at night having a great wife down on a panel with us. So tell him that we appreciate him. And also, man, your family. Thank you, period, for all you do. So we appreciate it. We really do.
Right.
All right, man. So y'all have a good night. Hey, R-Pain, remember, you can't say you got a good marriage in class if you, after all these years, you ain't ate your wife ass. So you need to go and take care of that. Everybody else. Y'all have a good night. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.